It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox got a pair of homers from Wilyer Abreu and a pinch hit three-run shot from Alex Bregman yesterday as they avoided a three-game sweep by beating the Chicago Cubs yesterday 6-1 at Wrigley Field. Garrett Crochet allowed one run in 6 innings for the win.
One of the more satisfying ones, just being able to strand the runners. You know, it was in a similar situation in Washington, just wasn't able to strand them. But yeah, I feel like I did a good job of that today. You know, good defense behind me, and nice to see the offense explode there at the end as well.
The Sox will continue their road trip in Philadelphia tonight. The Phillies yesterday signed 40-year-old free agent reliever David Robertson, someone who the Red Sox were also reportedly interested in. Celtics wrapped up Summer League play with a 101-80 win over Atlanta in Las Vegas. The Green finished up their run in Nevada with a record of 4-1. The NFLPA is expected to hire an interim director within the next 24 hours or so. One of the leading candidates for the job, Chief Strategy Officer J.C. Tretter, resigned from the organization entirely yesterday. The first practice of Patriots training camp will be on Wednesday morning. And Scottie Scheffler fired a stress-free 3 under 68 yesterday. He won the Open Championship by 4 shots over fellow American Harris English. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Dr. Matthew Lopresti and Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, the hair doctor of Hardy, Tom Karen, and Tom E. Curran. Call 1-800-GET-HAIR for your free consultation. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Start your day.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Work through your day.
What's that thing we do at the end of the show?
And end your day.
I'm not giving you an opinion. I don't know.
Right here, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
They love the show. In fact, they said, Fred, you're the best.
and Hardy
Who's Taylor the originator?
on 98.5.
Hello. Hey there.
Aloha.
Bonjour.
How are we doing?
What? I'm an animal.
Can we use this for the radio? No, Nick, with your drinking at noon on Mondays.
Well, I tell her the truth, I miss booty.
That problem is too large for the starch.
You know how I feel about clowns on morning shows?
And I'm just saying, hello.
Toucher and Hardy.
Watch Daddy and Uncle Freddie.
Knocking back
25 glasses of soda
Having some fun.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Good morning. Good morning.
Fred,
Hello, guy from Machine.
I like scruff.
I know you do. We are Toucher and Hardy. Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub and see all of that going on there. Hi. Is that
That's Sarah.
that's Sarah from Everett?
Yeah.
3.14-159-265-358-979-323846.
Yeah, that's her telling the nuclear codes. Well, I hope everyone had a good time when I was down in Central Florida.
We
where
did.
I'm sure you did, where the real field temp was 114 degrees on Saturday. It's Central Florida in the summer is not great, but I only had to go to one baseball game, so I missed a lot of the baseball games. They bagged out of the last one. The team did. They just said, nope,
Too hot? Not playing?
no more pitching. Team's fried. Just nope.
Wow.
No. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. So I will get into my experiences in Florida later. But you guys had you held the fort down. Everything was fine.
We had a big old time here with Ryan Johnston on Thursday, and then Michael Holly was here on Friday, and we everything went fine. And then I got home on Friday, and I had something to do Friday night. And when I got home, my wife, I got home early. It was like 9 o'clock, and my wife, she texted me while I was out, and she said, I was out to dinner with the boy, and my nose kept running, and I'm in bed. And I know what this means. When my wife gets sick, she goes to bed, and she doesn't leave bed until she's well.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, boy.
which you can imagine how this sits with me as somebody who's a bit, let's just say,
impatient. Impatient, not tolerant. I don't know.
I wouldn't call it intolerant. I just, I like to keep moving. And even when I'm sick, I would rather, I'm going to go try and sweat it out. Even if it's just something as like being outside and like pulling weeds. I can't sit still and I have to be doing something. Meanwhile, I'm like, well, here's the weekend. This is what the weekend is going to be. I mean, I've seen this movie before. This is my wife going to bed on Friday night because she's got a bad cold. Okay, yeah. Summer colds suck. But, okay, so that's that. And then something else compounded that, Fred, when I saw something just news-wise Saturday morning as, I'm up, and I'm generally the first one up anyway, taking care of the dog on the weekends, but I'm not able to do it during the week. I would do it anyway, but I get up early. So I'm up early, and I'm checking my news feed, and I see that somebody who you might watch on a morning news program is now unencumbered in their marriage.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, what if this illness upstairs turns really, really bad? What if she really takes a turn for the worse over the weekend?
And now, who specifically are you talking about?
I'm talking about Dylan Dreyer, who is now apparently on the market, or at least no longer shackled by the handcuffs of marriage.
Dylan Dreyer, part of the big tournament we had here last summer, right?
Like
2 winters ago.
Yeah, two winters ago, whatever it was.
Yeah,
whatever.
Dylan Dreyer was in the brackets, and I thought, wouldn't that be interesting? Huh. And you're just sitting there drinking your morning coffee. The house is quiet, and your mind just goes to places. You start thinking about things. That's probably a long shot, but
why would that be a long shot? Seriously, why would Dylan Dreyer be someone that would be like, unless she left her husband for someone else, like those other 2 people from whatever the hell Good Morning America who got fired did. Which is, I'm interested, just as a side note, and, we can get into it. I'm interested why, if you're with someone from work and you get caught, why you get fired now. If like both people want to be together, I don't understand why you get fired. I don't care if you're married or not. If you're married, it's nobody at work's business. I don't understand how that gets you fired.
Strictly against company policy, I would imagine.
Okay,
but why is it company policy?
But there's a lot of things that are against company policy.
That you don't have to resign.
Yeah, you don't have to resign. Like, I just don't understand. Like, big deal. Okay, the only one who should get pissed is your family. I don't understand why work is that involved. Work, how are they liable? So now if they date and they're out to dinner in the south of France and you're a New York-based company and they're just off on vacation and something bad happens, it's somehow your fault because they met at work? This seems very overly litigated. If anyone was going to date anyone, pre-internet, there's a good chance that you were going to at least sleep with someone from work.
Yeah.
Pre-internet, that's what made going to work worthwhile.
12.
A lot of it was just that, like, Sam and Diane type situation, Pam and Jim type situation. Like, everyone, if you've had a job
Pam
pre-internet or before you were married.
Pam never went outside the office.
No.
She went from Roy to Jim.
No, I know. Well, she went out with the cartoonist.
Oh, that's right. She did date that cartoon
who did
guy.
the French fries thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so Dylan had been married to a guy who I think a lot of people around here knew. Marshall Hook knew them both pretty well because he worked at WHDH when Dylan and her soon-to-be ex-husband Brian both worked there. Mm-hmm. He was a photographer, a cameraman, whatever, and that's where they. I don't know if they met there or whatever, but got married and 3 kids, and that part of it is very sad. No one likes to see a family disrupted like that. But
there's an opening.
It's just something to think about. You know, I think my wife is feeling better. She was last night. Still hadn't left bed for the most part. But, fingers crossed, hope, thoughts and prayers that everything will be better. It does bother me, though, as, like, I think it's a character defect that I do get annoyed with people when they're sick.
I think everyone does.
Is that not just me?
Especially when they are, they're not leaving bed. Like, that's the thing that's kind of annoying about it, is that when they won't leave bed. Is because most women that I've, spent time with, they're also quite quick to check themselves into like the doctor or like the hospital, and you're like, and then they want you to go visit them at the hospital, but there's nothing really wrong with them. This is not a wife. This would be like someone that it wouldn't be automatic that you would go to the hospital. And I got in an argument with someone. I'm like, I don't want to go to the hospital. Like, you're like dehydrated, like, or whatever it was. Like, I don't know you like that. Like, it seemed to me like a very aggressive way to push the relationship into, like, now I got to visit you at the hospital downtown. Like I don't know you that well. Like, you've slept over a couple times now. I'm supposed to go to the hospital. Like,
There's parking and there's
traffic.
Well, no, it annoyed me. I was like, and then it annoyed the person that I didn't want to go. And and then I said stuff like, "Well, you have family around here. Why don't go?" Like, you're saying that I don't have a big enough family. I go, no, that's not what I was saying. I'm like, you have family around here. I'm not your family. And then that was that.
That was the end of the relationship completely, or
it took a couple more conversations, but that was pretty much, at least when I was like, okay,
yeah.
I think if you really were into someone, regardless of the stage of your relationship, I guess you'd pop by the hospital and say,
Yeah.
I hope you're feeling better. But I was very unsure. It wasn't certainly life-threatening, and it wasn't anything like scary. And so I didn't feel a moral obligation to go. I didn't give it to them, so I felt no moral obligation on that end. And so it was just like, basically, I don't want to go downtown. Like, I don't want to go downtown.
I don't blame you.
I don't. I don't know you well enough. I wouldn't have asked you in a million years to come down and see me. I would have been mortified if you did. So, this is what's the difference between you and I.
Yeah,
So.
I guess my only saving grace in this department is it doesn't extend to the kids, even though they're older now. And even now, when they get sick, I feel terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not annoyed with them in any way.
Well, they're kids.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my kids are a little bit older than yours, Fred. And pretty soon my daughter will be off. And if she's sick, there's, like, nothing you can do to help. And that's maybe the one thing that bothers me the most about her, like, going away to school is like, even if it's something as simple as a cold, there's like, I can't be there to like run out and, get you this or get you that or anything like that. But anyone else in my life, that just like, oh, you're sick. Oh, are you? Oh. Well,
you're not bad about being sick.
Now that screws up, my plans.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't go to this thing with me because you're not feeling well. Well, you suck, and I don't think you're all that sick anyway.
Oh, he's a teddy bear. Don't listen to him. Did you? So I'm going to get back to Dylan Dreyer. So Dylan Dreyer, we don't often talk about this kind of stuff. Apparently, Tom Brady, the Sofia Vergara thing is not happening.
No, that's too bad.
But that is an example of a divorced woman and a divorced man of great fame. Meeting and them at least being alleged that they were having a relationship. And the word is Sofia Vergara was the one who said no. That is the word. But so Dylan Dreyer, now she has connections. She was in Boston and now she is in New York and she is doing the Today Show, which limits her social life, I would imagine, quite a bit. That's the kind of job where, especially for a woman, you got to be there at like 2:30 in the morning because they got to put you through. They got to dress you in makeup and do your hair. Like, it's a whole thing. If they go on the air, what did they go on the air at 6? 7? 7? Okay, so they go at 7. Say she has to. I wouldn't think it's a stretch to say that she has to be there at 4, and so that means she has to get up at 3 because it is what it is. So it's not like she's going out during the week. My question would be, if you were single, Hardy, and you were not married to this woman that's in bed, every time she gets sick. Would you at least make an overture, at least a slight overture to see? Do you think she knows who you are?
I would doubt it. She hasn't been in Boston in a long time.
Okay, but I guarantee you know someone who knows her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Okay, so you do know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes it even easier. Would you make an overture through your mutual acquaintance?
Whoa. Yeah.
And for that, I would say that's smart.
Yeah.
Because why not you? Why not? You're someone who is, I would think, I mean, what she's not going to, the next boyfriend she has isn't going to be Ryan Gosling. I mean, I don't think that she's completely out of your league. So you could go through this third party and at least shoot your shot. At least get in a conversation. Women will have conversations.
Sure.
And then
it's just talking.
Well, no, that's how you say you're just talking, and then it doesn't have to be anything other than that. But if you hit it off and you're quite charming, the next thing you know, rocket to the moon.
She likes golf,
There you go, right there. Is that where are you going to be? Well, they got me covering da 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 da, and you just go. Oh, it so happens I'm going to be down there. If you'd like to, meet up, after you're done, have a chat. And she says, okay. Why wouldn't she say okay?
Right.
And there you go. And now you're dating Dylan Dreyer.
She's got 3 young kids, though. Oof.
Oh, yeah. That would really, if she's truly your fantasy woman, I'm sure that would really, really make it just not even the effort to try.
Well, how do you feel about kids in general that are not your own? You big fans being around them?
It would completely depend on how much I was into the woman. Like everything hinges on how much you're into the woman. Everything's annoying when you're not into the woman, and everything's acceptable when you're into the woman.
That's true.
And the more that you're into the woman, you make things work. You make compromise. Like that's the great thing about being single, is that it's kind of up to you. Like, am I willing to make this compromise? Like, if I was like completely like head over heels, like in love with them, I'm sure I would do everything I could to be, an appropriate, I guess, stepfather-y figure. But, if that would take someone that I was super, super into, that's the thing, is that I don't know. But other people's kids, I don't know. I'm not around other people's kids that much. Certainly women's other kids. I've never been around a woman's kids, and a woman's never been around my kids. So I would have, for the relationship to get to that point we'd have to be both really, really into each other.
Yeah.
Really into each other for quite some time.
Yeah, that's a big step.
Yeah. That's the step.
Right.
Because now, now you're saying, okay, I'm allowing you into like everything, and that I gotta, it obviously wouldn't be anyone like that I was like afraid of being around the kids, but I would have to also know that this could be as natural as possible, So you got to be very careful. You got to put the kids first. But anyway, just think about it. I mean, if you do have a mutual acquaintances with Dylan Dreyer, you could at least reach out, like George did with Marissa Tomei.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. That's right, because she was into
short ball guys,
quirky guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he hit all those.
You just never know.
You never know.
Well,
never know.
I won't be reaching out through the mutual acquaintance because, again, this.
Well, you're married.
Married, and I think she's going to pull through this illness.
You never know. Steve, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, boys. Fred, why don't we do a Fred's dating foibles segments. I feel like that's a huge untapped thing that we're just not taking advantage of. Just anecdotes, war stories, advice.
I could give advice because I'm good at it, but I can't talk about my own experiences necessarily because I don't because my kids listen and their friends listen, and I don't want to do that. Like I said, I haven't introduced a woman to my kids. I don't want to go on the air and start talking about things that are happening. I can talk about things like my kids know that I've gone out with women. Mm-hmm. They don't know who they are or what's going on. So I could keep things like vague like that, like, meeting a woman, but I could not tell.
How many questions do you get asked about that stuff?
None.
Oh, good.
None. I keep that very, very, very away from them. I mean, obviously they know like a couple of the women's names that I saw, like, repeatedly, but not like what they look like or anything or no. And the woman has to be extraordinarily patient because I'm with my kids so much that there's like very little time, and it's and some women don't like that, and some women love it. Some women go, "This is the greatest." Like this is the greatest. Like, these are your priorities. Your priorities are in order. And in some women, fairly. Both of these are fair. They'll be like, I need someone who can, I need someone where I'm number one. And I always say, I completely understand that, Now, if they were like super hot,
maybe we can talk about a 1-1A situation.
Yeah, there's the put up with stuff type of thing again.
No, I'm kidding. No, if I was like fell in love with a woman. If I like felt like I'm like in love, like I'm like just over the moon in love, and it had been, 6, 7, 8 months, and I'm just like can't stop. The thought of not being with them, 4 days a week is too much for me to take. I gotta have them around, then I would do it. But the year after your divorce, that's not happening. At least for someone like me, I know guys it's happened to, but It now would be a time that it starting like nowish. If I guess that could happen, it takes time. Who knows?
Good luck. Good luck.
You know what? I'm enjoying the ride.
Yeah, baby.
All right. So we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy.
Dutcher and Hardy. What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. What's going on? Hot air?
Red Sox. That was different.
Hot air?
Okay. Red Sox are riding a 10-game win streak into the All-Star break, and they're talk of the town. How are they going to come out of this thing? What kind of charge are they going to make here in the unofficial second half of the season? What's going to be what as they get things going against the Cubs? Well, I'll tell you what's going to be what is the fact that they lost their first two games Friday night by a score of 4-1. Saturday, 6-0 the final, where it just couldn't get much of anything going. So yesterday, Sox in Chicago looking to salvage one win out of the 3-game set and maybe put all the naysayers to rest that it wasn't all fool's gold before the All-Star break.
Swinging away, and he drives this one to right field. It's way back. That is gone! Abreu tags one for a 2-run homer. Forget about the bunt. The Red Sox have the lead 2-1. Man, did he smoke at number 19.
And that was
Forget about a bunt. That one needed to be smoked.
That was
that was a green egger.
Abreu erasing the 1-0 deficit that Chicago held until the 7th inning. So Red Sox up 2-1. Who came into the game? Johnny Wallgame.
Red Sox up 2-1. Alex Bregman pinch hit.
Alex Bregman, who, if you were watching and listening, you became convinced, as I did, that he talked his way into that game. Come on. Let me go, Skip. Come on.
I know I'm supposed to have a day off. Screw the quad. I want to hit.
I don't need the blow. Get me in there. I got this guy.
Swinging a high drive.
I don't need the blow. I found myself methamphetamine.
Swinging a high drive. Left field deep.
Take apart the TV and lose your teeth. It's a meth fest.
Out of the wall. See you later. Off the bench. 3-run bomb by Bregman.
See you later. I got 2 months. For possession.
How do you like that? Red Sox on top 5-1.
That was a moment. That was a moment.
It was a moment.
That was a real moment.
Yep.
And then Abreu said, wait a second. I'm the one who hit the first home run. How come everyone's talking about Bregman?
Swinging a high fly ball into right. Again deep. Backing up Tucker. Turning around. Watch it sail. That's gone. He's done it again.
Oh, Tucker, you sucker. That one was going to be a souvenir.
Tucker, the man in his dream, a often unrecognized Jeff Bridges vehicle.
Exactly. I invented a crappy car.
The headlights moved when you turn the steering wheel.
And the Sox make it 6-1. Number 20.
Not sure I ever saw the movie, but it seemed to appear on cable a lot.
Like every day.
A terrible title for a movie that might be good, but I won't watch it because I don't like its name. Tucker, a man in his dream. No, thank you.
There was on the flight yesterday. There was the John Hamm movie where he finds the Indian pitchers. He goes to India to find pitchers.
Oh yeah.
And then they were impressed that they were throwing 82. They had to throw 82, and I went, "Well, this is of no use to me.
This is dumb."
Yeah, like why would they pay to fly someone back to the United States that throws 82 miles an hour?
I have a teenager that can do that.
I have a teenager. I have a left-handed teenager that can throw harder than that. I'm like, Dad, I don't. They're just signing pros to throw 82 miles an hour. I'm like, oh, okay.
Are you familiar with the Albert Brooks movie, The Scout?
Yes.
I am. I don't know if I've seen it, but I am.
Now, Albert Brooks was my whoopee.
I know.
I'm a big Albert Brooks fan. Even I have trouble getting through that one.
It's bad.
It's not.
You know what I watched recently was I believe it might have been his first film, real film, where was it called Real People? Where it's the
Real Life or
Real Life. It's the documentary of the dad in the family is
Charles Grodin.
Charles Grodin. Yeah, I watched that.
How is that? You see, it's been so long since I've seen it, and it really is, I think, maybe the first mockumentary.
Yes.
Like before Spinal, this is Spinal Tap.
Sure.
They kind of.
Well, the A was filmed in 1979, released in 80, and so it's done documentary style, so it's almost like a period piece to make you feel old. And then people's patience was so much greater then. Like you could work I know why people like it a lot. It's just you could work to a joke. And it took me 2 times to watch it. Like I had to watch one half of it and then the other half of it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's at the time it was like kind of ridiculous, even though there was a TV show. The first reality TV, I think, was
was a takeoff of that. There was
that
that PBS show in Britain called Family or whatever, and they went back or whatever it was. There was 2. There was one called Family, and then there was the one called it's like a number, and they went back to people's lives every 10 years. You heard of that one? It was on PBS.
No.
Oh, it's like the most famous one of all time. They went to people when they were 10, back when they were 20, back when they were 30, back when they were 40, back when they were 50. It was something that PBS did over that time. I think the people in it, for the most part, are still alive. I'd have to Google that because everyone's on the edge of their chairs wondering what it was. But
I still watch it now?
No, I don't know. Life, was it called? I can look. Go about your business.
All right, Garrett Crochet. Well, why was it important to win?
Yeah, we got to win for that to happen. So today, it's just another step in the right direction. Just hope to keep stacking games, and whatever happens is really out of our control. It's really just on us to give them every reason to be buyers.
Oh, so that the team can be buyers at the deadline.
They still have a playoff spot.
Yeah.
They're still technically tied with Seattle. Those 2 teams tied for the last 2 American League playoff spots.
If you're looking to give the front office an excuse, though, as to not to be buyers at the deadline, the way to go about that is by dropping those first 2 games in Chicago straight out of the All-Star break you're the hottest team in baseball, and then you come out there and how many runs did they score in the first 2 games?
I think 2 total, and they still are doing dumb things. I mean, I saw a collision in the outfield chasing a fly ball yesterday. But Masataka Yoshida's out there for basically the first time all season. He's playing left field, and you would think it would be his fault, the collision. No, it was Jaron Duran's fault. The guy who's been out there all year ran right into him. Now, Yoshida hung on to the ball, but that pretty much epitomizes what this team does on a daily basis. And the question is, when does the magic run out and, that stuff catch up with them? It hasn't yet. So they're still right there.
Okay, would you like to know the answer to what's been haunting you?
Yes.
All right, it's called, the first one was 7 up. The second one was 14 up, 21 up, 28 up, 35 up, 42 up, 49 up, 56 up, 63 up. Every 7 years they go back to these people who've had various life experiences. They're just random people, and they followed them around. And I do believe that is the first documentary about regular people, that where they kept revisiting it. That is the one.
All right.
Yeah. So there you go. Up. It's a film series called Up.
Red Sox continue their road trip tonight in Philadelphia with the first of 3.
So you learned something this morning.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know it makes you fools.
I'm too foolish to even continue now.
You're far more cultured than the 2 of us. That's
well, yeah. I mean, that's
what we learned.
That goes with
watching those PBS shows. A bit of a commie too, if you ask me.
Well, not anymore. I mean, now they've ripped it away from me. Now NPR is going to have to go on its own merits. That commie broadcast entity. Finally, they get the legs cut out from under them.
The Open Championship was contested at Royal Portrush, Northern Ireland, over the weekend. Scottie Scheffler with a 4-stroke lead going into Sunday's round. As much as I enjoy watching the Open Championship, as I did very early, Thursday morning, Friday morning, Saturday morning, by the time yesterday rolled around, I was not all that interested because we knew what was going to happen. And even Rory McIlroy, who grew up about an hour away from Royal Portrush, was the fan favorite during the entire week. People just wanting him to win after his Masters victory this year. Even he knew what was going to happen yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm really pleased with my week. I wish I had been closer to Scottie going into today and being able to make a real push, but he's been on a different level all week, and he's been on a different level for the last 2 years to the rest of us, and he is the bar that we're all trying to get to at this point. So hats off to him. He's an unbelievable player, an incredible champion, and a great person too.
All right. So it kind of echoes what we were talking about at the Travelers when I asked that guy, I'm like, do you feel like there's like a couple different levels of golf? He said, yeah. When guys like Rory and Scottie are playing a certain way, it's just they're kind of playing a different game. And that's what Scottie Scheffler was doing once again. There was very, very, very little doubt that he was going to seal that thing up. Even with a double bogey on the 8th hole yesterday, he still won by 4 shots.
And that's why they call him DB's Golden Banana. He's the bar everyone wants to get to.
You worked that out in your head ahead of time, didn't you? A little bit.
Oh, last night? Oh, yeah. I heard that quote by Rory McIlroy, and I'm like, I can't
hold on. Let me write this down.
You've noticed I wrote that on my hand.
Yeah. Here's where I could insert that.
Yeah, and
Rory said that.
And then I was like, I wonder if he'll play the audio. And I'm like, I guess he will. And I'm like, I listened to all the post-match interviews. And
me too.
And decided and wrote a lot of jokes. Go ahead.
I just want to ask Hardy a simple question. The narrative over the last 12 hours since Scottie Scheffler won this thing is that he is approaching a Tiger-like dominance of the PGA. You are the expert in these matters. I looked it up.
Stop it.
What? Is that true? Is he approaching a Tiger Woods-like run here?
If you just look at the numbers, the number of shots that he's winning major championships by, it's something approaching a dominant. Yeah, it's dominant. Same number of days in between his first major and his fourth major as Tiger Woods, like to the exact number.
Yep.
11,097 or 1,197 days or something in between his first and fourth major. So yes, it's something like that. But even Scheffler said yesterday, he's like, look, Tiger had 15 majors. He's the reason why I play the game. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I don't make those comparisons. And I think he's right, not just from the 4 majors versus, 15 majors debate, but it's a different type of dominance. And Fred, we were talking about this on Friday with Holly and a little bit yesterday in the Sports Hub Golf Club. Scheffler has this attitude, and he said it in his pre-tournament press conference last week, like, what does any of this matter? You win a tournament, you work your whole life to be this good at something, and after it's over, you're still like, well, what's for dinner? Like, what's the point? Is what he was saying.
Oh, he's a nihilist.
Well, what I think he is working off of right now, either knowingly or unknowingly, is this ability to not care. And there's great value in not caring when you can just, and he works as hard as anybody does out there and has for years and years on his game. But like this whole notion of winning this tournament would mean everything to me. No, that's not how he operates. That's not how he looks on the golf course. He's not, staring daggers at guys like Tiger used to. He's not intimidating them. He's just, I'm really good. And if I win, great. And if not, it's not what.
He's got a cool collective mentality. Well, they were talking about this on this very radio station, not the national people. And they were saying the Scheffler, because there's nothing to talk about, they compared Scheffler to Tiger. And then they went, oh, it's ridiculous. You can't say that. Tiger changed the world. He changed golf. He was this. If Scheffler wins more majors than Tiger, he's better than Tiger.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't care how many people Tiger got to play golf. If you're talking about playing it, and it's you've convoluted everything. Like, fine, Tiger Woods was one of the most popular athletes of his time, and he played a sport that generally doesn't have that. He'll be always a bigger superstar than Scottie Scheffler. But if you're talking about golf and Scheffler goes on and wins, 15 more tournament majors, then Scheffler's better than Woods. He's not now, but people, they start going, well, Tiger did this, Tiger did. Fine. He did.
Both can be true.
Well, he's not ever going to be as big a superstar, and that's fine. but he could end up with a better golf career that's undebatable.
Yeah,
I mean,
with more wins, and I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either, but it's just the notion that no matter the kind of the argument, it's unfair I'm doing this because you guys didn't hear it. The argument was like basically no matter what Scheffler does, he'll never be as great as Tiger Woods. And you're saying, well, because Tiger Woods was black, there's nothing that basically what they were saying is because Tiger Woods was black, there's no way Scheffler could have a better career. And to that, I would say he could not be as famous. And by the way, I'm sure that's what Tiger was out for anyway. He was like, if I come in second, it's like winning because I'm black. I'm sure that's exactly what he wanted on his record.
I think people convolute like the greatness of the player versus the impact on the game. And in terms of impact on the game, it's probably Tiger and Arnold Palmer. Right. Jack Nicklaus has, more majors.
But he was the guy after Palmer. That I understand.
It's Tiger Woods by a lot than Arnold Palmer because Arnold Palmer was an everyday guy and from humble beginnings and all those things. All right, we'll be right back. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Darren Crochet allowed 1 run over 6 innings and picked up his 11th victory of the season as the Red Sox avoided a 3-game sweep. They beat the Cubs yesterday 6-1 at Wrigley Field. They'll play in Philadelphia tonight. Celtics wrapped up Summer League play with a 4-1 record. They beat Atlanta in Las Vegas last night 101-80. NFLPA Executive Director Lloyd Howell resigned on Thursday night. One of the favorites to replace him, Chief Strategy Officer J.C. Treader, he resigned from the union yesterday evening. The Patriots will hold their first training camp practice Wednesday morning. And in golf, as we were just talking about, Scottie Scheffler won his second major of the year yesterday. He coasted to a 4-shot win at the Open Championship by finishing at 17 under par. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Celsius Energy Drinks. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7 o'clock.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
A Metro Credit Union.
Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we're Tetscher and Hardy. Mike Reese is here. He's going to be in studio with us. He's already here.
Isn't that refreshing? A guy's here a long time before he's scheduled. You know, we don't have to worry about whether or not he's going to show up.
Well, he must not have any affiliation with Nantucket. Because you could be on that Nantucket ferry for 3 weeks. Once you get going on that thing.
Well, if you get on the right one, bring a car with you, it's a whole nother thing.
And it has to be the fast ferry. Otherwise, you're screwed.
Well, either way, you don't get here. Yeah. So that's all that matters. Hardy, is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Very quickly, the WNBA All-Star weekend, and the players were wearing T-shirts pre-game that said, "Pay us what you owe us." And Kelsey Plum talked about the decision to wear those shirts and what they're talking about.
That was a very powerful moment. We didn't, at least as players, we didn't know that was going to happen. So I think it was kind of like a genuine surprise. But the T-shirt, just united front, was determined this morning that we had a meeting for, and not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that.
Wait, how did she not? How was it a surprise if they had a meeting?
Maybe a surprise that Caitlin was wearing the shirt. I don't know. I don't know.
Think,
but
yeah.
the point is, they're wearing T-shirts that said, "Pay us what you owe us." Okay, they want to get more money. Everybody wants to get more money. My guess is they are being paid what they're owed right now. I haven't heard any reports that WNBA team owners are reneging on their contracts and not paying the players what they are owed. The messaging is a bit off. What they're trying to do is get out in front of this new TV deal and get some revenue sharing. The problem is, as of right now, there are no revenues. There are no profits from the WNBA. So for the players to wear T-shirts that say, "Pay us what you owe us," I think your messaging is a bit off. Pay us more money. Pay us some of the money that you're about to get from this TV deal, but that's not as pithy as "pay us what you owe us," which, by the way, isn't all that catchy either. It's just I think the messaging is off, and the timing is off on this too. Right now, the WNBA doesn't make money, so they "pay us what you owe us" is a faulty message on several levels.
Well, it's all, their finances are all mixed up with the NBA's, and they argue that it does make money, and that it's these unscrupulous accounting kind of practices that says it doesn't make money. But they could have not played in the WNBA All-Star game because they're about to go through a negotiation. I think that would have been a bolder step.
They're wearing T-shirts? Yeah, probably.
Than wearing just T-shirts and that said "pay us." I mean, that doesn't put a lot of pressure on the league. I mean, if you wanted to, you could hold out. I don't know when I take it that the collective bargaining agreement ends this year. They got to get as much as they can, because I don't imagine it's ever going to be like this again. I think that, right now is the time to get paid. This one, I believe the collective bargaining agreement is probably done at the end of the season, and I would hold out. You don't make any money anyway. You could hold out if you're the players for 5 years, making $200,000 a year. I'm sure they have other jobs. To go and hold out for a year, hold out for a year and a half.
WNBA players routinely go overseas to play once the
so just play overseas.
That's why Brittany Griner got arrested. That's the point. She was playing over in Russia.
So don't play in the WNBA and make them figure it out, because now you have stars that before the WNBA could be like, go play wherever you want. We'll just get other women to go play in the league, and it doesn't really matter. Just the idea of the league. But now that you have stars, you can say, if the stars could go, look, I'm not doing this, I'm not going to play. And again, I think Caitlin Clark, her shoe deals, everything is the same no matter where she plays. I even think Caitlin Clark's shoe deals are the same if she plays in Spain. I really do. I don't think her presence on the Indiana Fever has anything to do with her money-making ability. So if you can get everyone to not play and to hold out, now would be the time to do it. And, you get the lady from, what's the lady that Robert Griffin III said the mean thing about? The two stars. There's
Angel
Caitlin
Reese?
Clark, Angel Reese.
Yes.
You get Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese not to play, and there you go. And then the league has to sit there, and then if they don't really make any money, they can sit there and deal with it.
Yeah, the league is apparently the collective bargaining agreement. The players get 9% of the revenue.
Right, and they should
NBA
get
players get half. The
Right.
WNBA players want to make that up, but there doesn't seem to be any gratitude to the WNBA for keeping the lights on and giving them a place to play. While
Yeah,
they were
but John,
making no money.
you would want a higher percentage, and this is the time they should do it because this is the time that they have a superstar.
Yeah.
And they, this wouldn't have made sense 3 years ago. That's why it didn't happen. It makes sense to do it now. And I'm not positive it will make sense to do it 5 years from now. So if I was them, I would do whatever it took to get the new, as favorable deal as I can right now.
Fair enough.
Because this might be your shot. This might be the window. And after this, who knows if it will ever be this good again. I don't know if the Connecticut Sun comes in here, fairly often and sells out the Garden. So you had that last week. And there you go. All right, so we'll be back in just a moment with something that happened on SportsCenter that leads to a bigger question.
You're listening to Touch. Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub. Half toucher.
Dressed like a gorilla.
Half Hardy.
A big, beautiful ball of flame.
And a whole lot of Boston sports.
And I have had many offers to become an inside. This guy who's my age, big AI guy locally, he and the head of HR. Now, this guy's married, and the head of HR, I don't know what her situation is. She's recently divorced or married. I don't know what the deal is. And they're canoodling at the Coldplay show. Everyone knows this by now. They're canoodling like losers at a Six Flags ride, sitting there holding each other and smooching away.
Can I tell you one thing, because you weren't here for the start of it, and the one thing that I will take a victory lap on? I believe I was the first to identify the two people involved in it, the two main players. I said, if you're the wife of, the guy up there, I said, obviously he's in a lot of trouble. The woman is in a lot of trouble. I said, but that third person, the brunette on the left, the one that kind of like laughs and puts her head in her hands like, oh my God, can you believe you guys just got caught like that? I said, if you're the wife watching that, you're pissed at all three, and you might be the most pissed at that one on the left.
Well, what if I told you I know someone who knows the one on the left, and the one on the left is having a great time?
She thinks this is fun?
She doesn't know them. To my impression, or she's not like related.
Oh, I thought I thought she was identified as someone who also works at the company.
Oh, because I heard. I can't really get into it, but I heard no.
Oh.
Okay, if you can find that it is, then I was given false information. But someone did tell me. Oh. Someone did tell. It'd be weird if they gave me the wrong information, because it was out of nowhere, and it was like, oh, by the way, my so and so is friends with that woman or girl, and they were somewhere with them immediately following that, and the person was getting a kick out of it. Was what I heard, but I don't know. That was third hand. So if I'm not lying to you, perhaps I was lied to, or someone was misinformed. Well, if you want to know how to really take advantage of this, you remember Gary Streitsky?
Yes.
Well, they did some fun. Him and his partner, they're on the Morning Sports Center. They had some fun. There's not a lot of audio to this, but one is holding the other because they don't. They're past this whole calling them gay. They're bold. This is bold stuff. They're holding each other, and then the camera gets on them, and
it's time to kiss it goodbye. Baseball is probably not the only thing you can say that about.
Yeah, and so they saw the camera, and then they reacted like the two people on the screen did. Isn't that a hoot?
I get it.
They have a lot of fun on SportsCenter. They ripped that from the headlines, but I do have an honest question. Very cool to be at any show behind the person that you're with and holding them tight, because Coldplay's playing something that really gets you down in your sensitive spots. That what Chris Martin's singing is, man, this might as well just be about us. Get your hands off the woman. The two of you stop holding each other like idiots. It's a public displays of it. What the hell's wrong with you at the Coldplay show? I can't resist it, honey. I'm so moved by this Coldplay show. I need to have my arms around you. Again, this is what people do at amusement parks. There's always a big fat lady with a real skinny hesher, and the skinny hesher can't keep his arms. He gets his arms around the woman he's with as far as they can go, or they're massaging each other's backs. It's disgusting. Can you like I love Coldplay so much. Can you believe we're going to the show tonight? I can't believe it. Oh, I just got to put my arms around you and sway to the Coldplay music. It's so amazing. And way to handle the kiss cam, too, instead of just standing there like everyone knows the head of the AI company and the HR person.
Had they not tucked away, they probably would have gotten away with it. Nobody knows anything about this.
Nothing happens at all. But second of all, why the hell did he have to resign? What business is it of the company if he's banging the HR lady?
They didn't do the disclosure paperwork about their relationship, Fred. That is strict company policy.
I have no idea.
It hangs above the door of astronomer every day. There's a Freudian slip. It hangs above the door.
Someone had a good weekend.
All personal relationships must be disclosed. It's like the gambling sign in baseball clubhouses.
It's funny, like we live in this society as if like you put people. I know people don't go into work anymore, but when back in these crazy times where people showed up to a building and they interacted on a regular basis, men and women, men and men, women and women, people that were attracted to each other regardless, they sometimes, believe it or not, by being in proximity and having nice conversations, making each other laugh, maybe started to like each other. It's insane to believe that this is something that could happen. And I'm sure that the head of the AI company and the head of HR, he's got a very powerful pull over her. He's taken her to the Coldplay concert. I'm sure that her career is in his hands. Why would that company care? The only one that should care is the guy's wife and his kids.
I don't care about it, but it's not good behavior.
Because that's a hell of a... Because that's worse than... I would say that's worse for the kids than walking in on you having sex. Like, that you went out and, like, were moved by a Coldplay song. Then I lose a little respect for you there. You couldn't not, like, put your arms around the woman and like, sway. You're only 50, by the way. This is the... You've completely tossed it. Tossed any kind of like coolness you may have ever had.
It's a new relationship, Fred. They're still in the can't keep their hands off each other phase.
There's can't keeping your hands off each other, and then there's like grabbing them from behind and swaying the Coldplay. That you went to a stadium Coldplay show, and it was so moving to you that you couldn't help but put your arms around each other. And she's holding his arms, and they're sitting there. Oh, no, they're playing Yellow.
But
come here and hold me.
If you want to try and explain it away because they were caught up in the magic and the emotion of the music in the moment, all right, that's a tough conversation to make. But they weren't even playing any music.
Okay.
He's going around the crowd and he's commenting at this point in the show on people that he sees on the screen. That wasn't even during Yellow. It was just him talking.
So every time you're at Target and they play Coldplay, do you grab the person nearest to you and start swaying around?
Well, not if I'm in there with you. But if Wallach and I were, I would.
I mean, when you're at Applebee's and they invariably play one of the Coldplay songs, do you grab the person next to you? Coldplay are what they play at the dentist. Coldplay is what they play when you shop.
I would do it at the Bees if it were cool and consensual.
Yeah, I mean, cool and consensual. I mean, mega butt cheeks might be there, and then you're just resigned to hot dogging.
Right. So much buns.
I'd fire the guy for being so emotionally immature that he has to put his arms around someone at a Coldplay show.
Okay. So, according to the internet, the embarrassed girl next to them is their colleague who the head of HR promoted the week before. So I don't know where you're getting your information, Fred.
Oh, that doesn't discount the information I have necessarily. That doesn't discount the information I have. The information I have might be wrong, or maybe they were talking to someone else about someone else that was there. It's really neither here nor there. You just mentioned it, and then I thought of someone told me that they knew that. Maybe it was someone else that was in the box. I don't know. That's as I told you before, this is all third-hand stuff, so I can't speak to the truth of any of it.
What's the updated statement that Nick is supposed to be dropping in there? Because, we're...
Nick, do you want to just come share it?
Oh, boy.
Let's do that.
Here we go.
Yes.
Just kind of cut out the middleman here and get you over on the microphone.
I would rather hear Nick's telling of it.
No, Nick, this is from memory. Nick just read it.
Well, first off, there was a fake one that came out that was that said it was from the CEO, which was not true. But the
a fake
company
what?
came out with a statement.
The CEO issued a statement. Turns out, no, he didn't. Somebody just wrote it. And then there was also a fake Coldplay tweet that said, from now on, we will have sections where you can sit at our shows that are camera-free for you and your side pieces. That turned out to be fake also.
Unfortunately.
I also like the idea of being at a concert with a kiss cam. That's a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
The singer can play off that.
Okay, so, Nick, what is this statement that you're sharing?
Look at how
with
much
us?
everyone's kissing to our tunes.
Yeah. Have you vetted this? Is this an actual statement?
Yeah. I'm gonna drop it in Slack, but it basically just says the guy is going to be the CEO is going to be placed on leave, but he already resigned.
Yeah, he resigned.
And also, they stated that the woman that got the promotion recently was not at the concert that night with them.
Okay,
so there you go. So maybe what I do know stands.
Interesting.
By the way, he's 50. She's older than him, and she's not like. Let's not start pretending that this is some woman that's unbelievably attractive. And he put his arms around her, and he this is the woman that he destroyed his family for. That and the love of Coldplay. What do you want to do? Let's go to Coldplay. I want to hold you the whole time. Dude, they're playing this one. Wait, are we listening to Magic 106.7? No. We're at the show. This is happening. In the same room as us. They're playing it. This is a guy that was married to the Goop Lady. Boy, this song means so much to me. Remember, remember like when you were going to kill yourself and then this played and then you decided not to because it's so meaningful? I can't keep my arms off of you from behind. Oh, excuse me, I'm aroused. I don't mean to be poking you, but you're just so lovely. This guy's worth $10 to $20 million with late 2 years his senior. All right, okay.
Incorrect information circulating on the day following video, including misidentification of a third person seen in the clip. Freddie T, take the victory lap.
There you go.
No, there's really, I just mentioned it because you said it. I've been told that person was having a little bit of fun because they had no connection to the couple and that it was pretty funny to them. That's what I heard, that they had no connection to the couple. And it wasn't told, and it was told to me like completely randomly when I was on vacation.
Wow.
So that's what was going on by someone who lives in Massachusetts, but they were in Florida as well. So that's the deal. But yeah, I could tell you off the air. I don't want to blow up anyone's spot. My information is all like I kind of was paying attention, but not that much because I didn't really care about this. I'm just more fascinated why you hold someone at a Coldplay show, and 2, why this is the woman. 3, that they fired him, or he resigned, or whatever the hell happened. Like they put him on leave. I don't understand that. Why can't he date that woman if he wants to date that woman? Now he's going to get divorced that doesn't even always happen when someone cheats. Like there's no certainty that any of this like has to blow up anyone's life. I just really don't know why you have to get fired for that. Seriously. Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the woman that was next to them, I went to high school with her. She's my good friend's sister. She's friends with that woman. I'm not going to say anyone's name, but yeah, that's who it is. She's from Massachusetts. She's a friend.
She's younger though, right?
She's younger than me, which puts her, mid-40s.
No, that's not the woman. Are you talking about the brunette?
Talking about the brunette.
No, that's not. She's not in her 40s. All right, very good. Very, very good. There you have it. Be careful when you go to Coldplay because you could be so swept up with this garbage that you have to put your arm around.
Is there a band that might move you to those levels, Fred, where you would act that way?
That I would put my arms around someone
Yes.
and hold them from
Yes.
behind? No.
Yeah. What about?
There would be perhaps a natural wonder. Like if I was like on some island and there was this like incredible landscape and I was with someone that I was like in love with and we were like in the water and I put my arms around, like, can you believe like this? Like I can't believe we're here. Like that.
What if Coldplay's like their? What if you're at like Guitar Fest and Eddie Trunk is up there introducing one of the bands? You wouldn't find yourself.
The only thing in
with
front of me
emotion?
would be the rail that's in front of the stage.
And you're leaning over.
Yeah, and me leaning, trying to get my hands on Eddie, trying to catch one of if he has a pen behind his ear,
trying to grab at his New Balance
or his button-down shirt that's like hanging open over a T-shirt. I'm trying to grab one of those buttons. Yeah, the only thing between me and him is the guardrail that keeps me from grabbing and hugging him. That's the only
You could
thing.
include Vinny Appice in that as well.
I don't know. Have you guys ever gone to a show and then gone behind the woman and started putting your arms around them, let alone Coldplay? No, there's no band.
No.
I no. Like if my daughter was getting married, I mean, and I was, in love with a woman that I was seeing, I could see putting my arms around the woman. Like, I mean, yeah, there's instances where that would happen. It certainly wouldn't be over the magic of the stadium show at Foxborough of Coldplay. No.
Seeing a show at Gillette Stadium. It's a romantic place.
Oh, it really is.
I don't know how you don't get this. It's an intimate,
so
romantic atmosphere.
Thank God you're on the show now. Thank God. Some days I just go, thank God Hardy's on the show. You get me. We're right here in section 300 where the guy puked during the Jet game.
We're in the standing room section right below the lighthouse here next to the...
Look at that guy. He's an ant on stage. We're not anywhere close.
This is incredible. We're one of 65,000 people at this very show.
We're watching TV.
Check it out. It's so special. It's such a special thing we're doing.
Look at that monitor.
My daughter cried when Tyler, the Creator, went on stage. The thing is, she was 14. And she didn't go and grab me and go, Yeah. See, she's 14. That woman was 52. You get the difference. My daughter wept, I can't believe this is happening. And it was wonderful. And that's why I took her there, because she's 14. If I saw someone at Tyler, the Creator, with their arms around someone else, that would actually make more sense, quite frankly, than the Coldplay show at Gillette. Yeah, it's just so romantic. Anyway, would you put your arms around someone? Yeah, for sure. Not opposed to holding someone. I certainly wouldn't do it at Gillette in any circumstance, let alone a Coldplay show. Most generic crap. It's not even bad music. It's just there. It just exists not to offend. It really does. I mean, you put on Coldplay in the car and we were going on an hour-long drive, fine. I don't care. What do I? It doesn't bug me.
No one's going to be thrilled, but no one's going to object.
If I was friends with someone, I got no one to go with the Coldplay show with me. Will you go to the Coldplay show? And they're like, I'll drive and everything. Please go to the Coldplay show. Yeah, all right. I'd go and sit there and sit through the concert. It wouldn't bother me. It's the most non-offensive. It's a mashed potato sandwich on white bread with mayonnaise. It just sits there to flow over you. And the idea that those two idiots had that kind of emotion.
You're wrong. Makes me want to hump.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what it's for. There's no more of alpha.
That is baby making music.
Yeah, there is no more of just a swordsman than that sensitive bastard. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
his second year with all the things that he knows, with the additions on the offensive line, and with Josh McDaniels tapping into and tailoring an offense around him. And there's going to be so much more organizational functionality, I think, around him to make it that much easier.
Ooh, baby. That's how the camp started. And if we're now, you can have guests again. Camp started. NFL camp. I'm getting of the age where I don't even care if summer ends anymore because I need the Sundays. It automatically gives you something to do on a Sunday.
So we've had conversations in the past about, don't rush fall. It'll be cold here soon enough. Enjoy the summer while it's here. This is a change for you.
That was before my summers were just driving to events in the heat or going to Alabama or going to Sanford, Florida. That was when summer actually, like, I went on, say, to the Vineyard or I went to Newport.
Yes, got it.
Yeah, I was just in yesterday or 2 days ago in the Orlando area. I was in Winter Park. The heat index, the real feel was 114 degrees. Like, people that lived there were bitching about the heat. It was not nice. Mike Reese is nice, though. Hello. Were you at Coldplay?
I was not at Coldplay. Fred, Hardy, John, it's great to be in studio with you.
Thank you. Coldplay a little too hip for your taste.
I would have been at Coldplay, but we were at ESPN for our annual reporters meeting where they fly in each reporter that covers a team. So just unlucky on the schedule.
Is there anyone that you particularly get along with? Is there is there anyone you could be considered your closest coworker over there
at ESPN?
Yeah.
A lot of the reporters that came in at the same time, like Vikings reporter Kevin Seifert, Cowboys reporter Todd Archer. Good crew.
What do you think about that Samini character that does
I call him Cousin Rich.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like him. I like the way he writes about the team.
Done it for a long time.
And I like that he's legitimately disappointed when they the part of the year where they're going to suck.
One jet year is like 7 regular years.
Well, no, because think about it. He's been covering that team for what, 30 years or something? Like in one way or another. I don't know if it's always been for ESPN. And you like the cover a playoff run and get like people interested. And I'm sure more people read it and da 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 da. And so he has this very like this point of the season where he like sighs and he's like, okay.
And the thing we talk about, Fred, is how do you stay fresh? You've been doing this for so many years, and so we talk a little bit about that. Also, too, and fact check me on this. I don't think they've made the playoffs since 2010. So we think about the lean years the Patriots have had over the last, call it, 3 to 5 years. I mean, think about living that existence. So he's
the Sabres and the Jets are the two teams in the 4 major sports that have gone the longest without. Oh, believe me, I know. They have gone the longest because it's a thing I see. Yeah, like in my son's lifetime, since he's cared about the Jets, they have not made the playoffs. And I watch every game with him. And now there's even more pressure on me to have the Jets win because he's somehow become a Jets fan. All right, so Mike, here we go. I'm going to try not to lead you anywhere, but I still may. The win totals that people are putting on this Patriots team this year are high. High enough where they would be in the wild card conversation late in the season. Just what is your feeling? Let's go macro and then we can break it down a little bit. What's your feeling on those kinds of expectations? Let's say 9 wins is an expectation. What do you think of that?
Fair.
Okay.
That's the first word that comes to mind. I do think the schedule gives them a chance, Fred. Like, they got a chance to start fast with 3 of their first 4 at home. And I think if you were to say, what are the hardest games on their schedule? Baltimore, Buffalo, Cincinnati, maybe. Like, those are later in the year other than the week 5 at Buffalo, right? Because you're playing Buffalo twice. So I think combination of personnel improvements, schedule, coaching, I think they got a chance.
Okay, so to me, there's a tremendous amount of pressure on Drake May. And this is my thinking, is that last year he proved He had the mental acuity to be an NFL quarterback. He could handle it. He has all the physical attributes you'd want in an NFL quarterback. This year, though, if they are to win 9 games, he can't make many mistakes. If you're going to win 9 games, you got to be a pretty consistent quarterback. That's a big leap. That seems like people are almost certain that that's going to happen. And you know the area, if there's a couple games in a row where he throws late interception or he's off, and I don't think this is going to bother him from what I've gleaned from other people about him, but the attitude on Drake May could change fast. Is there more pressure on him this year than last year?
Oh, I think absolutely more pressure on Drake this year than last year. And I think you hit on a good point, Fred, when I think back to what we watched in the spring and how Drake and Josh McDaniels, the returning offensive coordinator, worked together. 2 things stood out to me. Number one, Drake, by the end of the spring, felt like he was, I think his words, hitting a stride, because it is a change in a new system. And I think the second part that I observed is that Josh is trying to impart on Drake the saying, and I think Peyton Manning used to say it, you never go broke taking a profit. And that was like one of the greatest things I thought Brady would do over the years. Hey, Kevin Falk's there in the flat, just throw it to him. Like, don't always wait for the biggest play. And I think that leads to some of those mistakes you're talking about, and the turnover numbers need to come down.
I think 9 wins is a lot to ask for this team. I think that there are a lot of people, a lot of 30-somethings and younger that get caught up in, okay, we're back to winning now. All the problems are over. Look at Drake May. He's going to be spectacular. You guys just detailed it. But the people in front of him, there are a lot of questions. Garrett Bradbury was let go by the Vikings for a reason. Yeah. He graded out as one of the worst centers in the National Football League. He's the starter for you. And I don't care where Will Campbell was drafted, to expect him to hit the ground running and be a big, physical, dominant left tackle is also a lot to ask.
Because that is, Mike, hard to ask a left tackle in the NFL to be, very, very good their rookie years. Or am I wrong there?
No, you're right. And I think 2 things. One, just back to Drake. I mean, he's still very young. Let's not forget that.
Yeah,
we are going to see mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay?
Oh, yeah, sure. And that doesn't mean, and my point is, if he makes mistakes, they don't win 9 games. That doesn't mean Drake May is a bad quarterback. It means he's still growing in getting used to the speed of the game and in catching up. Go ahead.
And you also, it's a function of not only the offensive line, the receivers are better, but not particularly great. I mean, no one really knows what Stephon Diggs is going to be, but he's not going to be a 110-catch, 15-touchdown guy. And he's your best guy coming off a major injury. All I'm saying is I look at 9 wins and I think, wow, that's a lot to ask considering they've coming off back-to-back 4-win seasons. I think 6, maybe 7 is much more fair for this team, and not to expect much more than that.
So my thought is I wouldn't expect 9, but I think it's possible based on the pieces. And going back to Fred's point about the offensive line, left tackle, to me a good comparison point here is 2001. If we were to go back, they draft Matt Light in the 2nd round, similar to Will Campbell in that there were questions about the physical stature, the arm length. We went through all that in the spring. So you can do it, right, with a good offensive system, gets the ball out fast, protect the offensive lineman. But John, to your point, the same questions we've had about the offensive line the last 2-3 years, I am still asking the same question. I don't think they've snapped your fingers and solved it. That's still TBD based on what we see here in camp and how it unfolds.
And going back to like the jumping off point where you're looking at the schedule and you see where the tough games are. And this is something that we've been talking about, since before the schedule came out. Any team that you circle as a winnable game for the Patriots, that other team is thinking the exact same thing. So if you're, whether it's Vegas or Miami with the issues that they're going through right now, and it's Carolina or New Orleans, whatever, all those teams are thinking the exact same thing, whether it's home or away. Like, oh, Patriots, well, okay, we'll get a win there. They're just kind of banking on that. Even with their new coach, who else do they have? What are they? You were dealing with a 2nd-year quarterback, Drake May, who we think might be good, but looking at him last year, other than just how he looked, taking snaps and being in the huddle, he didn't do much to I guess create all this confidence. And there is a lot of confidence. People like him. They like the way he looks. He looks like he's going to be an NFL quarterback. But you can't base it on anything other than how you feel. Because if you just do it on the results and what actually happened last year, no. Every other team, I think, is right to be looking at the Patriots as a win on their schedule.
Let me ask you guys this, and I'll be quick on it. If I were to go through the first 4 games and tell you what, if I were to predict the wins, losses, challenge me on this. Like, I think they should beat the Raiders at home in the home opener, 1-0. Probably lose at Miami week 2 just because it's always tough down there, 1-1. Come back home against the Steelers. Tough game week 3.
Aaron Rodgers, baby.
I'll even call it a loss. I mean, they lost to Aaron Rodgers last year in week 3 at the Jets, so they're 1-2, and then home against the Panthers in week 4. I feel like they should win that game. You're 2-2 coming out of September, so you've sort of held serve, for lack of a better term, and then you're going into October. So you got a chance, is what I'm saying, just to get off. I mean, agree, disagree. Because if we're talking about getting to that 9 number, John, you got to start somewhere, and you want to start in September.
That's fair.
It's certainly
That's fair.
It's certainly
That's
plausible that they win 2 of those first 4 games in whatever way. Because I mean, the Raiders are a different team now, and I'm not sure that's a win, but I'm not sure. And I know they have trouble in Miami, but I'm not sure that's a loss. Yeah. I'm not sure the Steelers are a loss. So, there you could look at the schedule and certainly see that. And if I'm a Patriot fan, what I basically want is come late November, early December, you're in the conversation. That's all. Is that the season's not over in early December, and that's fun. So that's really all you can ask for as a fan. Look, it would be great if they made the playoffs. It's a building block, right? They're not Washington. I mean, I don't think they're going to go and beat the number 1 seed in the AFC, like it'd be that Kansas City or Buffalo or whoever, in the first round of the playoffs, or their second round of the playoffs. But there's a chance. If there's a chance in December for them to make the playoffs, I would look at that as a hugely successful year, because the Decembers have been brutal, absolutely brutal around here recently over the last few years.
Just a thought on that, Fred. Last year, remember, they had the late bye, and then they go at Arizona coming out of the bye, already eliminated from the playoffs. And I'm sitting there, guys, and, we've had tremendous good fortune as reporters, fans with this team going back to, call it 1993, even with Bill Parcells, but even the Belichick years, right? And it's a whole new world when it's December 7th, you're entering the bye, already eliminated from the playoffs, and you're thinking to yourself, am I supposed to already be reporting on the draft, which is in April? So to your point, Fred, avoid that and then bring it to the current situation. Why this weekend, to me, what should people know that are following this team? They had their rookies come in, and they had their quarterbacks and players coming back from injury report. We know the rest of the players reporting tomorrow. Stephon Diggs was there. I know that for a fact. And he was not placed on the physically unable to perform list or the non-football injury list, which tells us I believe they expect him to be on the field for the first practice Wednesday. So if you're looking for momentum just to start camp, right? Like, this is a good place to start. Like that
Absolutely.
That is significant development to me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Stephon Diggs, like a receiver, a veteran receiver that shows up and is ready to go. Yeah, absolutely.
And just to follow up on that, I love to tell the story. When Randy Moss first came to the Patriots in 2007, and we were watching practice, and I watched him run. And I said, "Oh, I've never seen that. Like, he is going so fast, but it looks so effortless." And so I always have said, who's the next Randy Moss, but who looks different when you're watching practice as a reporter? And I don't want to say Stephon Diggs is Randy Moss. Please don't take it this way. But when I was watching the drills in the spring, and maybe this speaks to the rest of the receivers.
Sure. Yeah.
But he looks different, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Diggs is a Pro Bowl receiver. I mean, Diggs is a guy who's had a tremendous amount of success in the league. All right, we get Mike for longer, so let's break here, do the headlines, and be right back.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox beat the Cubs at Wrigley Field 6-1 yesterday to avoid a 3-game sweep. The road trip continues in Philadelphia tonight. Celtics closed down Summer League play with a 101-80 win over Atlanta in Las Vegas last night. The Green finish up their run in Nevada with 4 wins in 5 games. The NFLPA is expected to hire an interim director within the next 24 hours or so, and one of the leading candidates for the job, Chief Strategy Officer J.C. Tretter, resigned yesterday. And Scottie Scheffler won the Open Championship yesterday by 4 shots over fellow American Harris English. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the Chevalier Theater. Comedian Andrew Dice Clay is coming to the Chevalier Theater Saturday, July 26th. Get your tickets at chevaliertheater.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8 o'clock.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Spring rains revealing roof issues? At Associate Roofing, we specialize in high-quality craftsmanship, copper, cedar, slate, and more. We are third-generation roofers. Call for a free inspection, and let us help you protect your home.
David Portnoy of Barstool Sports on treating his hair loss with doctors Rob.
It's time for more Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
And I want you to guess
Great game.
the name of either the song or the band, and we'll see who comes out with the
I
most
think we
points at
need.
the end.
I think in order to claim a point, you have to come up with an artist and title.
Okay. All right.
Because, he goes to some very obscure shows.
I know.
Yeah. All right.
What if it's not in English? I mean, then we're going to have a problem. All right, so these are all shows you've been to, and these are videos that you've taken, or are these taken from the internet?
These are videos I've taken, shows that I've been to since, call it, early May.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And that song we
Goodness.
just heard coming in was Miles Smith, which was not part of the game, but we just put it in as the lead-in. That was at House of Blues in May, and I just put it in there because I wanted you to know, even though my favorite shows are the ones that...
Here is the first concert that our man Michael Reese went to.
Oh, come on.
That's easy.
We all got it?
Yeah.
Wait, it sounds so good. How many surviving members, Mike, if you had to...
Was that Kelly Keegy?
That was Kelly Keegy. Wow. Nailed it. Yeah. And Jack Blades, lead singer.
Okay.
And what I loved about... So that was down at Foxwoods. Great. Oh, by the way, we should probably tell people what the song was for those who...
Sister Christian by
Night Ranger, yes.
That was fun. I was next to someone, front row, had the Night Ranger tattoo on the arm.
Did they also have something around their ankle to make sure that they were being honored?
1 point each. Well done, gentlemen.
All right, here we go.
All right.
We move on.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we all got it.
We all got it. It's Heart Barracuda.
Well done. Agganis Arena in Boston. Tough part about that show, Ann Wilson, playing through pain, left elbow injury, slipped on some ice, was singing in a wheelchair. But you gotta respect the effort.
How did the Wilson sisters look?
Nancy was on the guitar, was like moving around. It was hard to be
Healthy?
honest, John.
Robust?
Yeah. Yes. What? Yes. 2 points. Well done.
Wait, so the injured
We're
one...
off to a good start.
I tried.
Wait, so
Artie,
was
I
the
tried.
injured one the bigger one or the smaller one? Which one was injured? The bigger one was injured.
Yes.
Oh, so it was a lot like seeing him 20 years ago.
That was what I was.
Was she submerged in water like she was in the entire Dreams video for no reason?
So hot.
That was the meanest video, and I mean
know.
that sincerely. That was mean. In the video for Dreams, there's Nancy Wilson's is it Nancy's the guitar player, right? She's running around like dancing, marrying Cameron Crowe, and then there's Ann Wilson just submerged.
Right.
Up
in
to
water.
her eyes.
Up to her eyes in water.
They filled up the tub, and then one of the PAs came in and said, whoa, we got to take some of the water out.
No, that's a science joke.
By the way, was the drummer singing in the Night Ranger concert?
Kelly Keegy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he's still
Still does it.
He's still behind the kit and
Yes.
singing.
There you
okay,
go.
because eventually
Well
Phil
done.
Collins came out from behind the kit.
Phil
He's like,
Collins, I saw him. It was very sad. He had to sit at a table out in front.
That was similar to the Heart.
Yeah, degenerative thing happening with Phil Collins.
okay, all right, we're all doing it. Oh, I got it.
Oh, I know the song. Okay, I think I know.
I've got it.
Okay, so the song is You Know and I Know. Do you know the song?
No, I do not.
Okay, so you're out.
Since you've been gone away.
Yeah. And I've been missing you. Okay, is that Tom?
Nope. That's the first thing I thought of, but that's wrong. It's John Waite.
I thought.
All right.
1 point for Hardy. Fred, you were close. On my list of most underrated 80s singers, right up at the top. Got to see him. City Winery in Boston. Great intimate show.
I think that goes hand in hand.
Like Coldplay at Gillette. Very intimate.
Yeah, I don't think you needed to say intimate in that show. I think that you were over-explaining.
Did they wait to start time till you showed up?
No, they waited until his basement cooled off enough. All right, here we go. Here's another show Mike Reese went to.
You saw these guys?
Woo! All right, we all know the song, and so I take it it's Starship.
It's Starship. We built this city. They're actually in concert at the Loon later this summer.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to promote that.
Yeah.
They want us to promote that. Go ahead.
So actually, there's 2 Jefferson Starships. This was up at the Cabot in Beverly. I wanted to see the theater. That's part of the reason I went. I had never been there. Okay. One of the originals, David Freiberg. He's 86 years old. Like, just tip your cap.
Is it a Frankie Valli thing where he's kind of talking and he looks animatronic?
I mean, no. I mean, he was. I couldn't believe it.
Is that promiscuous woman still in it?
No,
Grace Slick.
No,
Grace Slick.
Catherine Richardson. It has been 17 years. I mean, but and I will say, Fred, sold out.
Wait, Grace Slick is dead.
Sold out.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, listen, you can get 12 people into anything.
Can't wait for you to hear this next one.
All right, here we go. Mike Reese has been to all these concerts. Here we go.
How about that? You saw this guy? Wow.
Now, there were chairs, or are you standing during this?
This was TD. First of all,
Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
Okay.
Yeah.
TD Garden sold out. Sold out. Took my dad for his 81st birthday. This was unbelievable. It was unexpectedly the best show.
See, out of
that I've
all
seen
these
this year.
people, I would guess, with apologies to the criminally underrated John Waite, according to Mike Reese.
Yes.
That Barry Manilow is the one most likely to be able to still go out there and play and sound and sing like he did 40 years ago.
Unbelievable. Had people laughing, crying, singing. Great atmosphere.
Right, especially for the
he wrote 81 years
man.
old, for those curious.
Didn't
81.
he write a lot of commercial jingles, too?
He did the American Bandstand.
And I think he wrote the Like a Good Neighbor, State Farm
That's
is
right.
there.
Well,
I think
he
it
was
a Barry
all
Manilow
what he always
composition.
was a DIY kind of guy. He was always anti-corporate the entire time. All right, here is Mike Reese.
Yeah, Hardy.
All right, that is Tesla.
Yes.
And that is Signs.
Yes, well done. How about that turn? Barry Manilow to Tesla. Who does that? All right.
Mike Reese does that.
Hampton Beach.
Wow.
Hampton Beach, general admission ticket, $50. Wait in line a couple hours before. You're right up on the
couple of
rail.
hours?
I was with, I didn't know anyone. I was by myself, made friends. Great night. Security up there was fantastic.
Yeah,
we
you
needed them.
Yeah,
we
you needed them.
Great night. Good
Right.
job,
These
guys.
are all like in the last few months?
Yes.
Since
what
May.
a great off season.
This is phenomenal.
Best off season.
Mike, we have time for one more, so you pick which clip you want Fred to play, 7, 8, 9, or 10.
Was Eddie drunk at the show?
I kind of want to do them all.
Yeah, let's do them all. Let's just do them all.
Okay,
Let's
Let's rip through them.
Let's do them all. Mike put the effort in. I'm enjoying this. All right, here we go. Here's Mike Reese. And he sounds just like Steve Perry,
Yeah,
right?
this is
so,
Journey isn't touring. This was a tribute band, Voyage. Actually has some Boston roots. And
even the replacement singer.
and
This
did
is a
well.
replacement
Did
band.
well, and went with my 13-year-old son. We sing it all the time. It was great family, and my father-in-law. That was in Worcester.
And
at
he
the
wanted to
Hanover
go.
My son wanted to go. It was great. It was family with my father-in-law. So
Let's drive out to Worcester to see a cover band.
Cover band.
they're great.
Okay.
If you like Journey, go see him. Voyage.
All right, so I won't be going. All right, so here we go.
James Taylor?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I would have said that.
I'll
too.
keep this one
James
tight.
Taylor.
I mean, I wanted to do the Tanglewood experience. You know, he plays out there July 3rd, 4th. We were vacationing out there, me and my wife. Went to see James Taylor at Tanglewood.
How's the voice?
77 years old.
Yeah.
Starting to feel it when
Yeah.
you're doing the slower songs.
I run into him from time to time, James Taylor. He's around.
Sold
Don't
out.
worry about it.
18,000 there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, believe me. In the summer, James Taylor, oh, yeah. That's, believe me, everyone goes there. That sells out. He could play to whoever he wanted to out there. He'd play to a million if he wanted to. All right, here we go.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
no way.
No way! Where
No
were
way.
these guys?
Oh, my God.
Wang Chung. Everybody have fun tonight. Where did you see these guys?
Great job, John. This
Well,
was
we all knew.
I want your 80s. I want your 80s tour. This is the Rick Springfield thing that he does every summer.
Of
So you
course.
had Paul Young, Wang Chung, John Waite. Saw him on the double. and then Rick Springfield. I put that one in there. That was in Connecticut. I have a friend of mine who loves Rick Springfield. We're like, let's go.
All right, big soap opera guy. Now, did Wang Chung do that song twice, or did they? What did they do?
They've got a couple. They've got a couple other ones, but they're like where there's 4 acts. They only played call it 5-6 songs.
Okay, so
that's actually tolerable.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. You guys are crushing this. Great job.
All right, here we
Thank you.
go.
Oh, got it.
Right. I know this song.
Yeah.
Tell the guy next to you to knock it off.
Did Joe go to this with you?
Oh, all right. I got it.
Oh, I know it now, too.
I finally got it. It took me that long.
Yeah, it's REO Speedwagon.
Yes.
And, okay.
That was this past weekend. It's believe it or not, they can't use the name. It's the Kevin Cronin Band, but it's REO Speedwagon without the name. They've, like a lot of those 80s bands, they have a little dispute, you know, so they can't use the name. But that was at Mansfield. He was opening for Styx.
Have you ever heard our Crash Clark interview with Kevin Cronin?
No.
Oh, you wouldn't like it.
Oh, no, he would like it. Because Crash was a huge fan of the band and then felt slighted by them backstage one time. So he confronted Kevin Cronin. We can play that for you the next time you're in. Please, someone make a note.
Hardy with the win by 1.
Oh, certainly.
But great job, guys.
Well
great
deserved
job.
win by Hardy.
Well done.
I knew it was Waits of some sort. I didn't know the first name. All right, Mike. Look forward to talking to you all season. You're the best. Thank you for coming in with the game.
See you, Mike.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was like, screw the commercial break. Let's just keep rolling.
awesome.
That was
Mike's
great.
the best. Read him, ESPN, see him on TV. We'll be right back.
More. Pats get ready for a new season of football on your home for all things Patriots. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Why do people listen to Touch and Run?
Because it's a thing.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub.
A lot of food.
Oh my God.
The food, the good food that I had.
Oh.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. And get all that going for yourself. Joe Murray is the reason that we play this. Joe Murray is the fantastic nighttime personality on this very radio station in the summer. He's on every other show because when people take time off, Joe slides in. And what do we have here? This is Joe doing what, Adam?
This is some audio from last week's show when Joe was back hosting his nighttime program per usual, and our own Ryan Beaton happened to have ears on him and heard a caller that called in with some very interesting back and forth between Joe and this particular caller.
Yeah, Joe is the perfect nighttime host in general, but a brilliant nighttime summer host.
Truly.
When the days are long and the living is easy and there's not very much to get upset about. This is where Joe truly is a man of the people.
Sean's in Dedham. Sean.
Hey, how's it going? What's your experience about concerts and what allowing with the whole drinking scenario?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Huh? Thank you, Joe, for making him say it again, because who knows what one word of what that guy just said.
I'm sorry, say that again?
So with concerts, I went to a concert at Old Dominion, Maine recently, and I snuck 2 nips in the back of my pocket.
Oh, yeah, I always jocked it. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I was more of a sock guy, but I know what you're
were a
saying.
sock
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I was a jock guy. You got to be creative. You're sneaking joints in. It's got to go in your joints. Got to go in your sock.
Yeah,
You know, but how do I go about sneaking in booze? Nips, right in the jock, right in there. Prince Humperdinck is on the line. Hey.
How do you get nips into stuff your pockets with nips? That's how you get into a concert with nips. And by the way, you got into a concert with 2 nips. Congratulations! Wow,
What do you do 5 minutes later?
Exactly.
Unless there's 6 more to be had quickly, that's actually going to cause more of a problem than anything.
Yeah, 2 nips just sounds like a problem a half an hour later. Like I don't understand quite why. The 2 nips thing, and as someone who's taken nips into sporting events, certainly, the way I did it, it was magical. I just put them in my pockets and then walked in. They don't frisk you for nips. I did have, though, Sebastian, the guy that was in here who has all the kids through donating sperm.
Yeah.
And has a little Facebook group for all his kids that he's had. He's had like 30, 40 kids. Due to him being a Mensa member and
sperm donor.
He one time took me to a Georgia Tech game, and he's like, I brought in whiskey, and I'm like, great, I can't wait to drink it. And he goes, I got to go into the stall. I go, huh? So I figured he had a bottle like in his pant leg or something.
Yeah.
No, he had put a Ziploc bag full of whiskey by his balls and just shoved it in his underwear. And he said, do you want some? And even as though I love that alcohol, I did say, no, I would rather not drink.
Did he like open up the bag and like pour it into a cup? Or
I don't know how he consumed it, because once I saw that it had been in a bag by his balls, like, and there was like, it was a Ziploc bag full of it. So it was like, I don't like. What's the point?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get half a little zip. It wasn't a freezer bag, like just half of a Ziploc bag of whiskey.
Hey, I'm going to the casino. I brought 2 key bumps with me. Well, that's just going to be a problem.
Or how about I went to the casino? I brought $5 with me.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand what the motivation is for the 2 nips.
Prince Humperdinck is on the line. Hey, man.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Skaz. If you can't sneak something in your jock, your sock, or your ass crack, like, that's first day stuff. You got to know how to do that. And there's about 18 things else I wanted to say, but I lost my paper that I was writing everything down on because you guys go all over the place.
What have you snuck in your butt crack before?
Nips, like 99 pineapple.
Yeah, but you
ever
want
have
to...
99?
No, not the brand. Not the type of alcohol.
Again,
Fireball.
Again, so you put it in your ass crack.
Yeah.
Unless you're mega butt cheeks or something, unless you're Elkie the Stallion, you're putting one nip in there.
Yeah.
Again, I'm questioning why you don't just put them in your pockets and walk in. What event requires you keystering? I mean, it's not prison. You're not visiting someone in prison with heroin, balloons in you.
I read about this in the Danny Trejo book.
Exactly. Yeah, this isn't the drug trade in prison. I mean, you're trying to get a drink into a place. And by the way, if you get caught with it, the worst thing they're going to do is take it away from you. What, are you going to get arrested for that trying to bring booze into the show? If they can, I highly doubt they would.
Been in your butt?
All right, let me rewind that. I'm sorry, a little bit. All right, here we go.
Nips, like 99 pineapple.
Yeah, but you're
99?
going to drink a nip after it's been in your butt?
Yeah, as long as the seal hasn't cracked.
I'm not doing that.
But if the seal cracked, it would be just like you drank it, as everyone knows. You can administer alcohol anally.
Boofing, I believe it's called.
You know the term for everything.
I sure do.
You know why? It's because of the girl in Teen Wolf.
Oh. Good pull.
That's good.
12 and I had a
Every time I see Teen Wolf, my butt gets very hot.
12 and I had a boss in Albuquerque who claimed to have walked in on Jodie Foster and Stevie Nicks administering cocaine in that fashion.
Ah, okay. Well,
Boofing some blow.
Yeah.
Well, the idea is that you would take a tampon and you would soak it in alcohol and you would administer it that way.
Okay.
I believe that's something that people do for some unknown reason. Sometimes before they go to rehab, they're going to rehab to stop drinking, but they're so desperate that they will put a tampon full of alcohol in their rectum.
Why? Your butt? Not someone else's butt.
Well, I don't want to taste my butt.
Oh, well, you're on an island there, Joe. That's an island of one.
Again, because
we've all thought about it.
There's only 3 methods of getting these nips in.
Your jock, your sock, or your ass crack.
No, or your pockets, pants pockets, coat pockets.
Yeah, again, you're not bringing in a gun. Like, you're bringing in small, tiny bottles of liquor that aren't even enough to get you drunk.
When's the last time you got frisked going into a concert?
Never.
Thank you.
Yeah, they'll set off the alarm. Nothing sets off the alarm.
That's a drop.
So
No, it's usually
you like to
sock,
taste your butt?
No, but you like to taste your jock? You stuck stuff in your jock, yeah?
Yeah, but at least it's in my underwear.
Right.
It's not in my
And where's
crack.
my butt crack? In my underwear. Just say I'm right, Joe.
You want me to tell you you're right?
No, you don't have to.
No,
But, to each their own.
No, yeah, I have never stuck.
I'm not trying to put stuff in my butt and drink it. I'm saying if you got to do something to get it in, you do it.
Okay. I don't want to taste my butt.
Again, an island of one. If there was an ice cream flavor, I think.
Why?
I miss working this show. I don't think I'm going to make it.
Imagine if he died from laughing.
I have never stuck anything in my butt. Anything. Besides toilet paper.
Good
Why?
thing he put that disclaimer on it. He had to be honest with the audience. Is the guy saying that but the guy wasn't saying he inserted it in himself?
No, you just which also I question how does that work when you have to what's the word I'm looking for? Walk.
Yeah.
Because things shift, things move.
Well, that's the whole mechanics of walking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, when things are being keistered, they're valuable items that are you're smuggling into some place where the penalty for it would be massive and the opportunity of having it would be equally as massive. You're taking a calculated risk. You're gambling. It's just a nip, one nip.
You're going to drink a nip after it's been in your butt.
But the funny thing about that is one nip. Like, you're just better off not having anything than one nip. And going through all that.
I was just going to say, that's a lot of labor intensive.
Drink it before you go in.
Yeah.
Or tape a bunch to your torso if you're that worried about it. Tape a bunch to your leg. Take your thighs and tape a bunch of nips to them if that's that important to you. But in my experience going to college games where they didn't allow alcohol, I just put a bunch of nips in my pocket.
Right.
And then you know what I would do is I would get a Coke and I'd pour half out and then I'd sit there in the concourse and pour the nips in. Because who cares?
To each their own.
I mean, what is someone from the Aramark people or whatever the hell the company is going to jump over the counter and start attacking you?
Yeah.
Because you poured some Jack Daniels into a glass?
Right.
That's right. All right. Well, Joe continues. Good for Joe. Love the Joe Show. Love when he's on at night. He talks in his own voice. I love when Joe's on at night. He's relaxed. And he'll talk about anything, which makes it compelling. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Why?
Toucher and Hardy, those scamps. They'll be right back on the Sports Hub.
Alex Bregman off the bench with big ding-dong yesterday as the Red Sox salvage a win in that Cubs series. That Cubs team is very good.
Yeah. I didn't realize how good that kid Pete Crow Armstrong is.
Well, yeah, until this year.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's unbelievable. He was on a team with Riley Green. He was on like some amateur U.S. team with Riley Green and something like 6 other guys that are in the major leagues right now. I can look it up, but
yeah, Green was an all-star this year, right, for the first time?
No, Green was an all-star last year. Too stupid.
Okay.
Now, did this series take a little of the wind out of your sails? They're not winning the division. You're on the page with that.
Oh,
correct?
I never thought they were
Right.
close, but they're not nearly good enough. As I said in the first hour, they still make dumb mistakes every night. I mean, most times it hasn't hurt them in the last 3 weeks because they've been playing collectively out of their minds. But no, they make way too many mistakes. I still don't think the pitching's good enough. I mean, I could go down the list. You still have a bunch of spare parts playing every evening. You know, no, they're not good enough. They're not nearly good enough. In fact, I don't know. I still don't know if they're a playoff team. It depends on what they do in the next 10 days.
Okay. You want to hear who is on this team?
Sure.
All right. This is a team. This was a under-18 Pan American Championship game.
Okay.
Pete Crow Armstrong, Corbin Carroll, Bobby Witt Jr., Riley Green, Dylan Cruz, Anthony Volpe, C.J. Adams, Drew Romo, Tyler Callahan, and Jack Leiter. We're all on this team.
I know all but 2 of those guys.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's amazing. On one team?
On one team.
Oh, my
on
God.
one amateur team. No, it was for like, the big international games, but
Still.
yes.
My God.
What are the chances?
Yeah.
All right. So were you disheartened by the losses against the Cubs?
No, I expected them to lose 2 out of 3. And I, frankly, watching some of that game yesterday, I expected them to lose yesterday too. But, good. They won, and Willie Abreu's had a good power year, and Bregman is Bregman. But they still have 3 against Philadelphia here, and then they have the Dodgers back here at Fenway this coming weekend. I mean, if they can somehow split those 6 games, great. I forget who it was we had last week, Hardy, who was saying they need to go 5-4, 6-3.
It was
to
actually,
really prove to people.
We actually had a guy on last week, Fred. 12. What was his name? The new beat reporter from the Red Sox.
Tim Healy?
Tim Healy.
Yeah, Tim Healy was on with us. He was really good. But
5-4, 6-3.
Yeah.
Great, but they're 1-2 to start this run.
Coming out against these National League teams, it's like, okay, going 500 or a game or 2 above would be great, and that would. And he even said if you come out and you get swept or you only take a game, out of either one of these first 2 series, then you're kind of back to where you started from before that 10-game win streak. It's showing that, especially how you lose the games, like they lost on Saturday when they got shut out. It's like, maybe they're not, after all, better with Rafael Devers out of the lineup. Maybe they don't have enough offense. Maybe you're not going to be able to beat every team that you play that isn't the Nationals or isn't the Rockies by scoring 8 runs against them, and they're only able to put up 1 or 2.
Yeah, the pitching, other than Crochet, has been very, very good the last few weeks. I don't know how sustainable that is.
And I'll tell you, what the beat writer you had on said is exactly my point about dissecting regular season baseball, is that it's great and it's fun and you go on a 10-game win streak, but ultimately it's these are things that don't necessarily carry over. You have those 10 wins and that's great, but if you were struggling before those 10 wins and then you start struggling immediately after those 10 wins, mathematically what you said does indeed happen. You're back to where you started from.
Which a 5-second look at the schedule in the first half will show you that they are that way. They go on hot streaks, and then they follow that up with a cool streak that's equally as poor.
Right.
So, I mean, that's why
they're playing very, very well. Now is the time to play the Dodgers, but the Dodgers, I don't know what's up with them. But the thing is that, like with the Dodgers and the Tigers, like they just got out to these huge starts. Yeah. See, if you get out to a huge start, then you can, the ebbs and flows of the season can take place and you can ride them out. The problem is when you start like crap, now you're playing catch up the whole time.
And you look at, I mean, the Phillies and the Dodgers, the next two teams you play, they're fully expecting to meet each other in the National League Championship Series.
Right.
That's the goal of these two teams. These two teams both think they're World Series caliber.
Well, and the Phillies and Dodgers have not by any means put away their divisions. So I don't know why the Dodgers are struggling. I don't know why. But they happen to be. To be honest with you, I'm not following their season.
Yeah.
But I do know they've played. What you want to know, they got swept by the Astros. They got swept by the Brewers. They won 2 or 3 against the Giants. They got swept by the Brewers again. That's who you're going into.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no excuse, I guess. I mean, if you're going to play the Dodgers.
I don't care how poorly they're playing right now. Both of these teams you're going to play are far, far better than you.
Oh, where do you get that notion?
But, I mean, here's the thing.
Jonathan,
the
thing with the non-hot take zone, we're supposed to be not like the other shows. How dare you?
The thing with the Dodgers, though, that's a legitimate slide.
Oh, no, it's a slide. It is. But the thing is that they were so hot for so long that you can ride these slides out. But it is a legitimate slide. It makes the division, and if the Giants didn't suck since they got Devers, which is interesting.
Devers has been awful.
Yeah, so there you go.
30 games, he's been terrible.
Well, and they've been awful.
Yeah.
They've been awful since they've gotten Devers. But, I mean, you brought the Padres back into the situation, and you know the Padres are going to go ape crap at the deadline.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that drives me crazy that about not getting anything for Devers. It's not that you got rid of Devers. I've said this the whole time. It's that you didn't get anything for him. And that's just spending money. Mm-hmm. We all know if you would have retained part of his salary, you would have gotten something in return. Is that, we'll just go in the trade deadline and go nuts. Okay, well, it looks like the Cardinals now are going to trade too. So let's say you got 6 teams that are actively trading. You think the Phillies, Cubs, and Padres, and Dodgers, these are the teams that you're going to go up against? And how desperate are the Brewers going to be? I mean, when are the Brewers going to be in this position again?
I know that's the other thing. You just add them in. It's so, like you were saying, it's so rare that a team like this has a chance.
And by the way, the Brewers have won 10 in a row.
Yeah.
Against very good competition. Yeah. And so, they're tied with the Cubs. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of competition. That's why I found it a little offensive when baseball people were buying into, oh, yeah, don't worry about the no return to Devers. It's addition by subtraction. Fine, maybe it is. They played better after he left, but they had swept the Yankees right before they got rid of him.
That argument is still crap.
But nonetheless, say that's true. I don't know what's going on in that clubhouse. Fine, but you didn't get anything for him. Well, we saved the money, and now we'll get something at the All-Star break, or at the trade deadline. 2 things about that. Now you have to give up additional assets to get someone back when you already gave up your asset. And 2, there's other teams out there. It's such a seller's market. It's insane.
It's funny you bring that up, Fred, because that gets lost whenever you're talking about trade deadline acquisitions. It's not an acquisition deadline. It's a trade deadline.
Exactly.
You're still going to have to give up assets to get anything in return. And you already gave up something, a big something.
And I know why you got rid of Devers. And more than anything, it was there's 2 things. I know that it was pride and kind of showing that you're the boss. And 2, it was opening things up. And you opened things up and you got these kids to play. I understand that. I just don't understand not getting anything in return.
By the way, I looked up Kyle Harrison, the lefty prospect, AAA lefty. He's got an ICRA of 6 in 4 starts.
Yeah, they traded
5 homers in 15 innings.
They traded. Well, yeah, he's probably furious. They traded one of the guy that John's talking about is the starter that they got in the deal, and he was supposed to start that Sunday night for the Giants, and then they got him and immediately optioned him to Worcester. So yeah, John, I'd imagine that he's not out there. I'm sure that took a bit of a mental toll. That he was all set to start Sunday Night Baseball in San Francisco, and the next thing he knows, he's on a plane to Worcester, and now he's being optioned to AAA. Yeah, I don't think that was great for his career, certainly this year. I'm sure it's not heaven on earth putting on the Worcester uniform and going out there and having to throw. And you got Hicks, who was very solid last night.
He throws really hard.
In a very non-pressure eighth inning situation. He came in there and he was able to deliver.
Given a big lead. But, all right, so let's see. Craig Breslow, does he make those big moves that he promised?
Who are you going to get?
10 days. I don't know.
Who are you going to get?
You've detailed this very well.
And you have a piece.
About taking on salary. I don't know what big salary guys with term are out there for the Red Sox to get.
Well,
Plus,
nobody.
you have to trade one of your prized prospects to get a guy like that, as you were just saying.
Yeah, and you're going to trade Jaron Duran, and if you want to make a hockey trade, those don't happen often, and I don't know what kind of arm you're going to get in exchange for Duran, because you almost have to trade him. I guess you could wait till the offseason.
I don't know. All he did was almost take Masataka Yoshida out in left center field yesterday. Stumbled right into him. It was great.
He's 29 years old. You have these kids.
Can't play the outfield.
No, you got to get him out of here. But, he'd be the biggest name, conceivably, unless someone else trades a Hall of Famer with term. I mean,
That's remarkable.
It's just the idea that don't worry, the trade deadline's coming, and as Hardy just said very well,
but
it's
smarter.
a trade deadline.
They're smarter than everybody.
You
else.
already made a trade.
Yeah,
you traded your best player.
Unbelievable.
Bad one.
Yeah, you made a trade and got nothing. Oh, but we got rid of all that money. Oh, that's great. I'm a fan. That's great for me. I'm glad you got rid of all that money. That's less you have to spend.
Yay!
Guys, you don't understand. We got rid of all that money we were supposed to pay him. Fans. Okay.
Great.
Yeah. So now, conceivably, we could do a lot more. Why didn't you just do it with him? Or if you were going to get rid of him, do it then. Use your money then. I don't know. Ask other teams what they had.
We got rid of all that salary. We're reducing season ticket prices. Congratulations. We don't have to pay as much to the players, so naturally you fans don't have to pay as much to get in.
And then there'd be guys that cover the team I mean this opens things up. For what?
Yeah.
What does this open things up for?
Here's a game. Can Breslow make a deal as bad as the one he just made the next 10 days?
No, he can't do that.
Can Breslow trade Jaron Duran for nothing?
I mean, he's a genius. Look at how much better they've won 10 in a row. Fine. They would know what if Devers was such a big problem in the clubhouse. They certainly would know better than I. I have no idea what they have going on in that clubhouse. Maybe he was the worst guy ever. Certainly opened up time for kids to play. I understand all of that. What I don't, and that will never understand, unless you by some miracle win the World Series this year, why you didn't get anything in return for him. Well, they took all the money. Okay, but what good does that do me as someone who watches the games? This is if I'm a fan, I'm saying this. To me, I don't care. But if I'm a Red Sox fan, I'd be like, that's fantastic. Congratulations. What a shrewd financial move by you. Unfortunately, this doesn't improve my enjoyment of the product at all. But you don't understand. We won 10 in a row. Yeah, but to win more games, it's better to get better players. Players that will play for the team. Oh, okay. So you're saying by trading a guy that has a borderline Hall of Fame statistics with term, who's in his prime, that we could have gotten someone that could have helped this year. That's what I'm saying. It's that crazy. But the trade deadline. Okay. To be honest with you, I'm glad they lost 2 or 3 because I couldn't have taken another winning streak. Any justification of that Devers trade, I can't take. I can't take it. I can see getting rid of them.
10 in a row against good teams. One good team.
Yeah, one good
One
team.
mediocre team. Two bad teams.
They're 4 games over 500. Let's not go nuts with
the Rays aren't setting the world on fire.
All right. Now all of a sudden, with your budget and your the amount, the city you're in, the stadium you're in, now the Rays are the team that you're competing with.
The sad part is, I bet you upper management for the Red Sox looked at the Rays and go, "That's what we want."
Well, that's conceivably what everyone does, and then they say the Dodgers, but that's not true. No, everyone wants to be the Rays. They want to compete and they don't want to spend any money. Of course, they want to be the Rays. Now, do you want to be a Rays fan? Even when they're good, you want to not know 90% of the roster? Because that's what being a Rays fan is like.
Being attached to a guy and watch him get traded the second he gets good?
Yeah, that's not overly fun. Just wow, we have 8 guys that are 6'4" that throw 100 miles an hour. Yeah, they'll be around until they get hurt or they blow out. But, enjoy them while you got them. And then if one does stay healthy and stick around, we'll move them for another 19 guys that are, 6'4" that throw 100 miles an hour. It's like that dumb Cleveland team. It's just they stockpile a bunch of dudes and then they run them out. And I find a Cleveland Guardian fan, but if Trump has his way, they'll get rid of that stupid name and get back to the Indians, because that needs to happen. Talk about this woke nonsense. Anyone cares they changed their name. Jesus Christ. I forgot all about the Epstein thing. You want to change the name of the Cleveland team back to the Indians. You're fighting for all the right stuff.
His advisor's like, good one, Tom.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Well done. They'll never see this coming.
I'm not going to improve this business deal. Take that. Redskin fans, and so they're the Redskins again. I'm not going to improve this deal. I love you.
I'm not sure that's allowed to withhold funds.
Wait, the government going after a private business?
Unless you change the name of your business to what I want.
No. And now everyone's forgot about the Epstein thing, and his base is very satisfied. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius.
cape.
And Hardy with blunt honesty.
I am not known as Mr. Fun.
Toucher and Hardy continues on the
It was at Nordstrom Rack, and I like to go back and look at the shoes that they have back there.
Yeah.
I like every once in a while see maybe a pair, and I actually did. I found a pair of shoes that I needed for something I was going to on whatever night it was, Thursday or whatever. I'm like, I need something beyond sneakers to wear once in a while that aren't dress shoes, but something in between. All right, so I found those. But while I was looking back in the racks, they had something that I've seen a lot of commercials for. Maybe it's in my algorithm because of my age, but they had a pair of Skechers slip-in sneakers. Have you seen the ads for these things?
I have.
I have not.
Where they had a wide selection. And coincidentally, a lot of wide fit shoes, which I do not need. I don't need the wide fit, but they had a wide selection of Skechers slip-in sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
I bought some.
Mm-hmm.
They might be my new favorite shoes.
Yeah, you dress like a man, a white man of your age.
Okay.
There's no question about
You
it.
wear them with the old slacks that you purchased?
Yeah,
My daughter, mortified. My wife, maybe she was just pretending to be sick all weekend because she just doesn't want to look at me. I said, look, I'm not wearing them out to the club, but if I have to go out to the mailbox or I got to run to the store or something, I'm going to keep these by the door. When I go outside with the dog 10 times a day, I'm going to slip into my slip-in Skechers. They're fantastic.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think what year did you meet your wife? Like around, it doesn't have to be
May 1998.
Okay, so you know. So do you think if you dressed the way you dress now in 1998 that your now wife would have had any interest in you?
I pretty much dress she will tell you what I was wearing the night I met her.
You dressed like a
short sleeve plaid shirt and corduroy pants. That's what I was wearing the night.
Okay, because you dress like very stereotypically like a a guy, a 50-year-old dude that likes golf.
Never been cool.
So she was drawn to that kind of suburban.
She's a Nebraska girl. Sure, it probably made her feel comfortable.
Okay, well that's good to know. So yeah, all right. So you've always dressed like a dad because Hardy was not like a dad. Back then, Hardy was like in radio and doing drugs and like having fun.
Yeah,
Wolf in sheep's clothing, really.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when I was in Vegas, I wouldn't dress like that all the time, and that was what I had first moved there. It was literally my second night in town when I met her. So, and then,
it's like getting marrying right after you get your first pro contract.
Yeah, we didn't start dating right away, and I had my time.
Good.
Don't you worry about that.
Because that'd be the kind of thing you look back on and you go, why?
Yeah.
I had my time.
Yeah.
Because I can only imagine when rock radio mattered that much being in Vegas.
We were
because Atlanta was great. I can only imagine Vegas.
We were both doing our own thing for a while.
That's good.
It was fine. But yeah, I changed it up a little bit, especially when I had to go out and doing stuff. And but it was a bit of an act. Because I didn't feel comfortable. This is how I've always felt comfortable. I'll wear them in here tomorrow. You can see for yourself. You can tell me how bad they are.
Okay, but they fit your brand. Like
I don't want to be a Skechers guy.
No, but if I don't know if I've ever noticed anything that you've had on. I have on, if you'll notice.
I know. It makes me so happy.
I love it. I saw that too. I was very happy.
I love it. Fred is wearing the shirt that I got him for his birthday of Jaime Escalante from Stand and Deliver, and he is instructing a young man in his class on the 9 trick for multiplication tables.
A finger man.
The shirt that I made and put together online.
You like fingers? So yes, I cherish this, and you gave it to me. But I do love it. I really thought it was a great gift, and I wear it all the time. But like I've never noticed anything that you've had on because you dress. My daughter even said something about it. Like you dress because I dress every day, like because of this job. I dress like I'm 4. You have a uniform almost that you wear. It's a almost straight golf attire.
Well, I'm not peacocking around like you are.
I'm wearing what you gave me.
Right, because I know your style. That's a peacocking t-shirt.
Whatever the problems with my style is, and believe me, having to buy adult clothes to go out at night was a real adventure. So, like, look.
You ended up with that hoodie sport coat.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Fred's dying on that hill.
Dying on that hill?
Yep.
I'm doing something else on that hill. I'm slamming that hill, baby. If you think that's, you two are mistaken, at least from my field research. Nonetheless, and it ain't this face. I'll tell you this: is that you wear those Skechers, no one's gonna notice. I'm telling you, no one's gonna notice. If you live for I have flip flops on right now. You live for comfort. I don't know what this means, but I'll take it quickly. Chase, go ahead.
Hey, Hardy, have you ever heard of the shoes Hey Dudes? They're on Amazon.
I have. I've seen those in the wild.
DSW is chock full of Hey Dude shoes.
They have like 5
Those are
racks
the
of
best.
them. I've seen that. Yeah.
Also, I wrote the poop songs about Nick.
Oh,
I'll talk to you guys later.
You're a genius. If anyone wants to write songs about Nick, we will play them. See, because the one part of my what I wear, and not to work, but that I've always paid attention to was sneakers. Like I've always had sneakers that, like the security guard at the place will go like, cool sneakers. I told you what happened when I was with my daughter.
Oh yeah,
in Detroit.
nothing will make you feel cooler than getting a compliment like that.
Oh yeah, it's good,
It's
it's worth
good.
the money. So I've researched and I do have like a good collection of footwear. So I would not wear those, but I'd wear them to work. I'd wear nothing to work. I've done the show shirtless because I was Ambient Fred the night before. But nonetheless, wear those.
Thanks.
You're a dad. You're a Midwestern dad. There's nothing wrong with it. You got a beautiful wife. You got a lovely children. They're succeeding.
I get out of Ambien. Oh.
Yep, that was me. By the way, my son has now officially reached the age where he's become intolerable. So I knew it was going to happen, and now it has.
Does he know everything?
Yeah, I think even him claiming that would be so ridiculous. Maybe he wouldn't. But he certainly is annoyed. Annoyed. When I say at nothing, literally nothing. In the background while I'm talking to someone else, not about him yelling about me being on the phone. It took this long. Now, my daughter can't get enough. She wants to be with me all the time. My son now, I am the trash, just the garbage, thrown away garbage, which is odd because my son costs me about, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars more than my daughter. But nonetheless, it's fine. And that's why I was in Alabama, and that's why I was in Florida in the middle of the summer. But why not treat me like garbage? It makes all the sense in the world. Because I'm always yelling at him and telling him what to do. No, I'm not. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Touch.
homers from Wilyer Abreu and a pinch-hit 3-run shot from Alex Bregman. They avoided a 3-game sweep. They beat the Cubs yesterday 6-1 at Wrigley Field. Garrett Crochet allowed 1 run in 6 innings for the win.
One of the more satisfying ones just being able to strand the runners. You know, it was in a similar situation in Washington, just wasn't able to strand them. But yeah, I feel like I did a good job of that today. You know, good defense behind me, and, you know, nice to see the offense explode there at the end as well.
Sox continue their road trip in Philadelphia tonight. The Celtics wrapped up Summer League play with a 101-80 win over Atlanta in Las Vegas. The Green finish up their Nevada run with a record of 4-1. The NFLPA is expected to hire an interim director within the next 24 hours or so, and one of the leading candidates for the job, Chief Strategy Officer J.C. Tretter, resigned from the organization yesterday. The first practice of Patriots training camp is on Wednesday morning, and Scottie Scheffler fired a stress-free 3 under 68. He won the Open Championship yesterday by 4 shots over Harris English. It is the 4th major of Scheffler's career. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Play It Again Sports in Dedham. Their 16th annual tent sale is Saturday and Sunday, up to 75% off all equipment and over $8,000 in giveaways. 606 Washington Street, Dedham. MAP pricing may apply. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
Here we go.
Boom. I win. Boom.
Yeah.
It's a buddy. We've got a passion for Boston sports. Get angry. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Hey, if your alarm clock sounds like this is the show for you. Toucher and Hardy, the Sports Hub.
In Florida, but I had taken him to Alabama, so his mom was taking him to Florida. But if he was going to pitch, I wanted to go to the game that he pitched, and I like spending time with my daughter. So they were on International Boulevard, which, if you know anything about Florida, is where every convention is. And I didn't want to be anywhere around there, but I went to Rollins, the college there in Winter Park, Florida, which is like a. By the way, and you can do your own research. I Zillowed that stuff, and there was an apartment in Winter Park, Florida, going for $2.5 million. And that's Central Florida.
Jesus.
So so my daughter and I spent time there, and I made her, even though she's just going to be a freshman in high school coming up, I made her go on a tour of Rollins, which I, for some reason, thought I had graduated 20 years ago. But then I realized it's 28 years ago. And then I did the math. And if the difference between me and then would be if a guy had graduated my senior year and a guy came back that graduated in 1969, that would have been what it was like. So someone who is at Gatorland, they're big fans of cash.
The sign of any well-functioning, healthy business.
So immediately you get this strong stench of poo, but then you look around and you don't know if it's from the alligators or from the people, because again, these are people that have gone to Gatorland, and so you walk in and immediately you're greeted with a swamp. There couldn't have been more alligators. I mean, I'll tell you what, there were alligators all over the place. And you're handed a map, but the map is of no use. The map is like a placemat drawing at a Cracker Barrel. There's letters signifying things that don't mean anything. I'm buying this thing that goes off in an hour, but I can't find it when it's time to go, when the hour has gone by. But when you finally maneuver and there's a train, and you're supposed to pay to get on the train, but I never saw the train, and I don't know where the train went. I heard the train, but I never actually saw it. And based on the size of Gatorland, why anyone would need like locomotion to get anywhere is a little absurd.
Well, it is Florida, and there are some mobility issues.
No, not as much as Gatorland. It was a rough and tumble bunch at Gatorland, but
not a lot of scooters at Gatorland is what you're saying.
No. I don't know if you could get around in a scooter in Gatorland. There's a lot of mud in Gatorland.
You've been to Gatorland before this last trip? Okay,
yeah.
so let me ask you something. How was Gatorland in terms of attraction before the invention of zip lines? Because I see now when you go to the Gatorland website, the first two things they're pimping are the Screamin' Gator zip line and the Gator Gauntlet zip line.
Was I aware of the zip lines before I went? Yes. Did I see them? No. Could I have found them with the map? No. Where those zip lines were are anybody's guess. I'm sure they were. I got to tell you,
I'm just
it's
curious.
anarchy. Hardy, it's not like, oh, go here and this happens. It's just whatever. So
welcome to Gatorland. Whatever.
So whatever I bought got me a punch card with things on it. I don't know. One of them was a train ride. Where that effing train was, I couldn't tell you for $1 million. But one of the things is I get your picture taken with an alligator. So we missed the show where they put their heads in the alligator's mouth and everything, and that's like unfortunate. But they got the alligator that they've humanely taped the mouth of for you to screw around with.
Yeah.
By the time we get in there, and the guys that are handling the alligator, you'd be surprised, total dicks. And so look, I paid for it. I'm going to get my picture taken with the alligator. The guy's very dismissive of me not knowing where to stand. This is before my turn. He's like, stand in the green. And I look down, so I immediately instinctively back up. And he's like, stand in the green. There's a rope with green tape on it that I'm supposed to know that this is where I'm supposed to stand. And he said, you're looking at the Gatorland map? Yeah. Yeah. Get Magellan on that thing, because I'll tell you, there's no finding it. And so I grabbed this gator. This thing might as well not be alive. It's given up all hope. Well, it's taped with what looks like duct tape, but I participated. That's up at Fred Toucher if you're interested in this. But the highlight in something, my daughter wanted to go back to Gatorland because what they do is, for cash money, for $2 or for $1, you can buy a popsicle stick with bird seed on it.
Okay.
For $5, you get 3. Or maybe it was $2. $2. No. My bad. $2 for the stick. Hang on. $2 for the stick.
But that would actually track.
It would track.
Yeah.
It tracks in my brain. $2 for a stick or $5, you get 3 sticks.
All right, fair enough.
And you walk into this, it's chains. You go through these chains, and you're in this room with like all these birds.
Oh, yeah.
And then they fly down and they sit on your hand and stuff, and they eat the seed.
They have one of those at the Franklin Park Zoo.
Oh, right in our backyard.
Yeah, you can get the.
I thought this was an exclusive Gatorland experience.
No, the
no.
The bird food on a stick.
And so that was enjoyable. Zoe loved that. We had birds all over us. We were in there that thing for maybe an hour. So I'm walking around and I'm like, where is everything? Where is the zip line? Like, when do they put on the show with the guy who put his head in the thing? Because we go to another show and it's just the same 2 a-holes from the thing where you hold the alligator just screwing around with some small snake. And I don't want to see that. That's of no use to me. So I find this, it's a souvenir store. We get in there and they're like, we have a ride. And I'm like, ooh, okay. It's like a 4-wheeler where they put you on a 4-wheeler and they take you around. Where they take you, who knows? And they go, that'll be $30. I hand them $30 cash for my daughter and I. They go, be back here in 45 minutes. Left, and then with about 35 minutes past, 10 minutes to get there, I look at Zoe. I go, do you have any idea where we were? Where we were supposed to get on this ride? And she's like, no. And I'm like, we'll never find it again.
Get that map.
And this is not a large place. It's just that it's scattered nonsense. It's just everything is the same. And then they go, do you want to feed the alligators? And you go, ooh, yeah. Like, and I have a vision of a raw chicken and it leaping out of the water to like take it out of my hand. They give you what looks like crap. Fred, it doesn't look like crap. It looks like crap. Logs of crap. And then you're allowed to stand on this dock, which is, all fenced in. And then you throw the food in the water, and then one of the hundreds of alligators then eats the food.
Oh.
So for the money, and it's $5. I got one bag with my ticket, so I had to give them $5 for the other bag. You get to throw food, and then the alligators eat it in the water.
Can I ask you about a couple of things on the map here?
Yeah, I can't tell you I was there, but yeah.
Okay, so you were in the Very Merry Aviary. That's
yeah. That was the highlight. Definitely.
Okay.
She wanted to go back to Gatorland for that.
What is Butters the Croc Monitor?
No idea.
Okay. What are Cuban Crocs?
No idea.
Okay.
No idea. I can make jokes, but I have no idea. I have jokes, but I don't have any. I don't know what they're talking about.
I mean, some of these are self-explanatory with the.
But I can tell you if I saw it. Trouble reading the map? I would imagine so.
Just a little.
Yeah. See, they hand that to you and go get around with that thing.
I also like that when you go to the plan your visit and go to the events drop down, it says events for July 2025. There are no upcoming events.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
So the woman,
last ones listed were from May, and those are park hours.
First of all, we just walked in the park without anyone stopping us. And then I realized, I bought these tickets in advance. I wonder if I need something. So we could have just gone into Gatorland without telling anyone. But I figured I needed something. So I went up to one of the gates, and the woman goes, I've been here for 40 years. You never would have guessed. Not in a million years. You would have thought she was just at the Met Gala. But she goes, where are you from? I go, Boston. She goes, I'm from Dorchester. And I said, yeah. And she goes, what are the teams in Boston? And I'm going, oh boy. And I go, Bruins, Celtics, Patriots, Red Sox. And she goes, mm-hmm. And she lifts her sleeve.
Oh boy.
And she has made leather bracelets.
Oh, I thought it was tattoos.
Oh no, no,
she's got some poking sticks going on there.
No.
I thought tattoos.
No,
also.
she had tattoos of like skulls and stuff. But on this it was
spider webs.
Yeah,
spider webs on
she
her
had a
elbows.
teardrop on it. But then she had one for Tampa Bay. She made leather bracelets.
That's nice.
Huh.
And that's what you want out of the person letting you into the Gatorland.
Leather bracelets.
Did you go to the? I've never known how to pronounce this animal's name. The capybara.
Capybara.
Now that was something that Zoe very much wanted to do, but there was a sign outside that there was no more capybara for the day. They had they were tuckered out, the capybara. And if there was any signage on how to get into it or when to plan for it or when it was going on, I could have taken advantage of that. But by the time we happened upon it, my daughter got all excited. She's like, capybaras. Like, oh, my God, you can pet the capybaras. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Like,
The world's largest rodent.
And so, but for some reason, TikTok or whatever, she wanted to see them. But there was just a sign that said no.
Oh, it's too bad.
So how do you get in there? There was a desire, but I don't know how you got in there. That's kind of when we found the sweet spot of the park. That's when we found the aviary and we found the place to get the food. And then we found those capybaras. That was the sweet spot of the park. But other than that, it was just chaos. Chaos with a lot of cages. They had panthers for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
And they did not seem happy.
No. Really?
No. They
Why not?
They were like, well, for one thing, it was 1,000,000 degrees out.
Well, that's over at Panther Springs.
Yeah, Panther Springs was 2 panthers in a place about the size of this studio. But you got to go to Gatorland. You haven't been to Florida unless you've been to Gatorland.
Did you see the albino gator?
Yeah, it was about 2 feet long. It wasn't. It was not great.
Did you go to Bobcat Bayou?
Probably. I don't know. If I did, it was the size of this studio. Again, these are not big things, and it's mud. It's all in mud, like you're not walking on like cement. You're walking on mud, because Gatorland.
Emu Pavilion.
No, I didn't see. I didn't see that. That was somewhere where I didn't get to go.
I question whether you really went.
I was there. We were there for an hour and a half, and I would have stayed if you could have pat those capybaras, but they said no. They said no to that.
Yeah, you must have been there late in the afternoon. Capybaras, a long day.
No, we were there. No, we were there 1:00 in the afternoon. I mean, no, it was a thing. Huh. But if you want to see. And because, like, the sense of entitlement that the guys that handle the Gators had, I mean, they were dicks. Like real dicks. Like, you a-hole. Stand in the green ring. Like, even my daughter was like, holy moly. And I'm like, you don't get it. Right here, like, it's like at the parole board, they're well-known. But here, they're gods. Like, everyone else is just some working stiff. But these are the guys that really handle the Gators. Like, this one tapes the thing's mouth shut so you can play with it.
The capybara encounter takes place daily at 2:15 p.m. Thursday through Tuesday with the exception of Wednesday.
I like the way it's written Thursday through Tuesday,
With
by
the
way.
exception of Wednesday.
Yeah.
No, there are no encounters at all on Wednesdays.
And I should have known that it's only at 2:30 based on that information being completely unavailable.
But they negotiated that into their contract.
It's
Can't do that on
It's a
Wednesday.
very devil may care attitude in terms of getting you into things at Gatorland. Eric, go ahead.
Hey guys, my wife and I go down every October, and we go to Gatorland every year.
You have to. It's so horrible that it almost needs to be seen.
Well, I'll tell you what. So they have like trainer for a day. So like we've done it twice now, and you get there an hour before the park, and you kind of just get to you're with an actual trainer, and they're taking you into the different enclosures, and you getting to like kind of prep stuff and feed the some of the larger gators, and it's a pretty wild experience.
Yeah, see, I got none of that because we just went in.
No. So going middle of the day, middle of the week, you got boned.
Yeah.
$140 a person to be trainer for a day.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
money bags.
Well,
Can't hide money.
Gotta take care of the wife.
Yeah, you know how much being trainer for the day at Atlantis is with the sea lions and the dolphins? It's like $900.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's no. But then again, you're swimming with dolphins and playing with sea lions. You're not screwing around with a dumb alligator.
150-degree heat. Ugh.
That guy's all in. Trainer for the day. I would have paid for trainer for the day, but it wasn't available. You got to get there beforehand, before it opens. Boy, that place stinks too.
Like literally smells?
Yeah, it smells like crap.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, there's probably it's on a swamp, obviously, right? Like, because that's. Yeah. I mean, someone ingeniously took a swamp like that you could do nothing else, and just stuffed it full of, just jammed a bunch of more alligators than were already there. But I mean, it's a bunch of living stuff crapping in a very small swampy area. Like, swamps smell like garbage anyway, and then you add in way too many alligators.
How many alligators do you have at Gatorland? Too many.
Oh, yeah. Like, no one can tell you there's no alligators because when you walk in...
How many we got? A little more than we need, but not as many as we want.
I guarantee you they don't know how many alligators they got. I guarantee you that. They're not tagged and monitored. I can guarantee you that. Like they someone might just like someone runs over one and it's like half dead. They throw it in. They bring it and throw it in the swamp. They're like RFK Jr. They're just picking up half dead stuff and riding around in the van. All right, so we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to
Fletcher or is that Hardy?
Kinda looks like a poodle. It's an effing poodle, dumbass.
The Sports Hub.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
All right, let's indeed do the email bit. There's some emails that I was hanging on to from last week, too, that were more Fred-centric. So when Fred rejoins us, we'll get to those. Shout out to the fam. This from, is this Riz?
Gotta be.
On Mike Reese. Honestly, Mike is such a delight to have on the show, especially when he comes with games like the ones he had. The Mike Reese game today was fascinating to me because these weren't concerts that Mike had attended over the last couple of years that he took videos from or found online. These were, and 12, correct me if I'm wrong, these were all personal videos that Mike Reese took at concerts that he himself has attended in just this football offseason.
So a little peek behind the curtain. Yes, yesterday, usually on a Sunday, I'll text you and Fred midday and say, hey, do you want a guest for tomorrow so I can reach out and just get us a football guy. And when you say that, the first person I go to is Mike Reese. And I reached out to him. Hey, can you just join us to do a segment? Previewing camp. He's like, let's go. Why don't I come in live? I got a game for you guys to play. And he outlined the game for me. I'm like, that sounds great. I figured he'd have like 2 or 3. He sent me a total of 11 separate concert clips. Yes, to answer your question, Hardy, that he shot at concerts, as he pointed out earlier, that he's been to in the last 2 months. Because I think he said it was like mid-May, right? So
11
May, June, July.
Concerts in 2 months.
So in 8 weeks. So he's averaging more than a show a week.
Good
this guy.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is quite a hobby. I mean, because that's what it is. But I'll tell you, I'd want to be a guest on this show. I really would, because you can kind of do whatever you want. It's really just a blank canvas that no one's going to stop you.
Yep.
I mean, you don't have to have anything, but if you wanted to do something, I mean, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like my name is one of the names on the show. I didn't know what Mike had. Mike, you can come in and do it. I would do this show. I certainly would. I would.
David said that I was asking you what Cuban Crocs were at Gatorland. He said, I'm going to guess this one is self-explanatory. I would say they're crocodiles that come from Cuba. I don't even know if they have crocodiles in Cuba, but that would be my guess. Well, my question would then be, how are the Cuban crocodiles different from the other crocodiles? I mean, it's... Yeah, your explanation is plausible, but Cuba's 90 miles from Florida? Can they be that much different?
You know what? This year just reminded me something, because the gentleman might have been Cuban, but there was a guy wearing Gator boots. He was just a civilian like me, and he was wearing Gator boots. And the reason I know he's wearing Gator boots is the time for the 3 minutes I was around him, many people came up to him to go, cool.
Oh, complimenting him on that.
Yeah, like they were cowboy boots made of gator.
See, as long as he wasn't breaking some code, to me that would be like, if you're going to like a cow petting zoo, would you wear your best leather jacket? It seems.
No, it's more like wearing a shirt of the band whose concert you're at.
Okay.
It's like wearing the gator boots to Gatorland.
Gotcha.
You're like, I get it. You like gators, all right? Like, we're all here, buddy.
Right.
This is from Patrick. He said, you sounded sympathetic to Belichick in your 6 a.m. hour. And I thought he was going to talk about the thing with the thing that he had going on with him and Kraft.
Yes.
So he goes, talking about the things. So we were talking about, obviously, the couple that were at the Coldplay concert, and they couldn't help but hold each other. Because, I mean, think about it. You're in Gillette Stadium. That very generic music is playing in the background. You have to, actively hold someone and sway and smile. And and then expertly, with all your cunning, I wonder if AI, because he was the president of an AI company, if AI's first instinct will be to ruin everything, or if it will just allow you to sit there and just let the moment pass. But like everyone's going to go, that's the AI guy. Like, hey, look, everybody, the AI guy's with someone who's not his wife. But anyway, we were talking about that, and you asked me, Hardy, well, is there anywhere that you would, like, hold a woman? And I said, I guess if I was, like, madly in love and we were, like, you know, in front of some natural wonder and, like, we were like, I can't believe we're experiencing this together. I mean, because once you hold someone at a Coldplay concert, you got to do it at the dentist office. You got to do it at Target. I mean, anywhere a Coldplay plays, you got to, like, I can't believe we're seeing Chris Martin in this 80,000 seat venue. This is unbelievable. They haven't played since last year. Talking about the things you put up with someone you're head over heels in love with, by no means am I saying you should let him off the hook. But if you kept going down that path of reason, you might just see this wonderful gender swapped Harold and Maude relationship for what they want you to see it as, packaged up nicely. That is, no, I would not go on social media and be holding someone when we were dating. That is absolute. I can absolutely guarantee you that. That would not occur. That's when I knew something was amiss. Was when that first photo went out on social media. Go ahead.
Zach, our friend Zach said, hey, boys, I often like to drop the line Coldplay. Do you mean better Radiohead? Whenever I'm around any music snob, because it's the easiest way to get them to shut up. Here's the thing. I believe that somewhat trolling take to be true because Radiohead are the most overrated band to ever exist. Do I think Coldplay is good? No, but they have songs that are at least enjoyable, unlike Radiohead post-1995. I'll give in Rainbows some leeway, but if you think they're one of the greats, may I suggest getting some sunlight? All the best, Zach.
Wait, what does Radiohead have to do with Coldplay? People
crap on, he said this happened when he used to live with a bunch of musicians, and they would always want to, pontificate on Radiohead, and he would, and crap on Coldplay. And he said Coldplay is just a better version of Radiohead. That's Zach's take.
Coldplay didn't write this. Come on. Although I will say Radiohead with guitars is always better than Radiohead with computers.
What is this?
This is The Bends from The Bends. This is a Radiohead
The
song.
Bends is a great album.
Yeah, it is. It's their best album.
Yeah, I mean, anything else by Radiohead. I'll tell you this. If I was in a car and we were going on like a 2-hour drive, I'd much rather you put on Coldplay than anything by Radiohead that's not The Bends. That's a fair statement. And it almost goes along with my thing of like why you feel the need. I don't know why either of these people are in trouble with anyone except their significant others and their kids. Like, I don't know why anyone else would like try to damage their lives, like their company they work for, why he would have to resign. I don't get any of that. But I also, just the vanilla genericness of Coldplay being so moving, like you have to be such a dullard to sit there and go like, I can't believe this is happening. It's like going to like Billy Joel and going like, oh my God, he's playing Go to Extremes. I got to put my arm around he's doing Uptown Girl.
Not even playing
Baby, he's doing Uptown Girl. Yeah, I heard it. I heard it at the diner. I heard it. You can't escape these songs.
Not even playing it. He played it a few minutes ago. Now he's just looking at videos of the crowd and commenting on the videos. That's the wildest part of it. It was, I mean, as crazy as it might be to fall into some amorous state during a concert at Gillette Stadium, to be behaving like that when they're just he's doing crowd work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I can't, I'm telling you, like you just happen upon this waterfall with crystal blue water and in these luscious trees and like, oh my God, like look at the beauty of Earth. This is why we're on this planet. I can't believe I'm experiencing this with you. And then to go, hey, the guy from Coldplay's 200 yards from us. I got to hold you.
200 yards. It's accurate, actually.
Yeah, no kidding. It's a stadium show.
Yeah.
Which is whatever. Who cares about Coldplay? Who's a big Coldplay fan? They're around. They're around to play at stores while you shop because they know that nothing's going to happen. They aren't going to incite anything. They're certainly not going to offend anything. And I don't hate them in any way. All I'm saying is that it is music that exists. It exists to be there, to not stoke any emotion. That's why this holding nonsense is silly. They would have been holding anywhere, which makes them annoying. I still don't know why he got fired. But in my mind, I'm annoyed.
Yes.
And like I said earlier, I've been told that someone, a third party, knows one of the people that was on the stage that's not one, or in that box, or wherever the hell they were, that wasn't one of them, and that they were getting a kick out of all of this. But I'm not sure it's the same woman everyone else is talking about. This person's the young woman, like the young one, which I don't think. No, I guess the person didn't. It doesn't matter. Who cares? What do I know? I'm talking for no reason.
This is one that we got last week from Tom Goss.
Yeah, I got it too.
In P-Town at Bear Week, just had a guy on Scruff.
I like Scruff.
Say he loved my work on the Sports Hub. Sending love your way. Hope the summer is great. Sorry about Jason Tatum. That is Tom Goss.
He threw in a sports thing there to, go. I'm one of the guys. Yeah, we have a
I think
strangely
Tom is like,
large gay following.
But I think Tom is like a legit. Was he a Bears fan or Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
All right. Well, no, but like maybe the Bulls or
whatever.
something.
Tom's a man of many interests. He's been to Gatorland. But we do have at least if you go by emails and stuff, a very strong gay base, male gay base. Which why wouldn't we? If I was gay, I'd listen to this show. What show are you going to listen to besides this one? Pandering nonsense? Please.
Yeah.
Please. Plus, if you watch this on YouTube, you can play with yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because you see these guys, these three all wearing ball caps in their 50s. And I can't not wear a baseball cap because my hair looks like I dyed it red when I have my hat off in the studio.
It is a very strange trick of the light.
Yeah. I'm not always wearing a hat outside of the studio, but for some reason I'm being punished for having hair in the studio. Now I've had a hair transplant, but nonetheless. All right, we'll be back to land this puppy in just a moment.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox beat the Cubs yesterday 6-1 at Wrigley Field for their first post-All-Star break win. Garrett Crochet went 6 innings for his 11th victory of the season. Wilyer Abreu 2 homers and Alex Bregman a game-breaking pinch hit 3-run shot. Sox continue their road trip in Philadelphia tonight. As for the Celtics, they closed down Summer League play with a record of 4-1. They beat Atlanta in Las Vegas last night, 101-80. And football news, lots going on with the Players Union. Executive Director Lloyd Howell resigned Thursday night, and one of the favorites to be his replacement, Chief Strategy Officer J.C. Treader, resigned from the union last night. Patriots will hold their first training camp practice Wednesday morning in Foxborough. And in golf, Scottie Scheffler won his second major of the year yesterday. He coasted to a 4-shot win at the Open Championship. Sports Hub headlines are presented by Celsius Energy Drinks. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 10 o'clock.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The Sports. Hey, listen, if you've got to go, we understand, but make sure you bring the Sports Hub app with you so you can hear more of Toucher and Hardy.
That's what I want on my tombstone.
On the Sports Hub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and
Great white sharks next to paddle boarders and boaters, but there's a new shark sighting that's been going on here recently. Inquiries this month have been more frequent, says marine scientist John Chisholm, with multiple calls last weekend alone reporting smooth hammerhead sharks at the entrance to Buzzards Bay. He said they've never been common in this area, but we're seeing more of them the past few years as the water warms. We started getting sporadic reports a few weeks ago, but there was a flurry of calls last weekend. They typically reside in temperate waters in coastal or tropical areas, according to Oceana. This makes this species a rare sight as far north as Massachusetts, where the water is cooler. Now, the great white is one thing, but the hammerhead I really don't like because they're so stupid looking. I don't care for a hammerhead shark. And I think they're mean, too.
Can I suggest one thing for
They're
you?
like bull sharks. They just bite for fun. They bite for sport, these stupid hammerheads, and they're stupid looking.
If I can suggest something to you, it sounds like I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it's coming from a place of ignorance. I think maybe a trip to Gatorland could educate you more and could kind of take away some of that ignorant hate that's going on you have over those sharks.
All right, well, sell me on hammerhead sharks. What about them is good?
I couldn't find them at the Gatorland, but I'm sure they're there. No, I'm kidding. I don't know anything about hammerhead sharks. They bite you?
All I know...
I don't think hammerhead sharks bite you.
I think
you can catch them. I know that you can catch them and bring them into a boat because I've at least been with someone who's caught a hammerhead before. Didn't keep it, threw it back, but caught a hammerhead.
Well, once you have the shark, what are you going to do with it?
I've caught a shark before. I mean, I've caught a lot of sharks, but you throw them back, you don't want them.
A quick look.
I think you would recognize a hammerhead.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, I'm looking at one right now. It's got a glasses and a hat on.
What are you looking in a mirror?
All right, as of
Whoa.
November 2024, and this comes from some list here. Great white shark attacks, 351 known attacks with 59 fatalities.
You had 10 more to that. You got some cool.
Tiger shark, bull shark, requiem shark.
I dreamed about one of those.
Sand tiger shark, black tip shark, the wabagong, 31 known attacks, no fatalities. Like Lake Wabagong. Prairie Home Companion.
All right,
and then the hammerhead is seventh on the list, 18 known attacks, 0 fatalities.
David wants to talk about hammerheads. So hello, David.
Good morning, boys. So my son has this app called Follow, or my mother-in-law got him this app, and you kind of like adopt a shark, and the shark that he got was a hammerhead shark, and you get to track it every time it surfaces. Like they catch it, they tag it every time it surfaces. You get to see the new location. So all winter it's been hanging out on the west coast of Florida. But now as spring and summer have occurred, it is starting to make its way up to Massachusetts.
Oh.
So you guys are on to something, fellas.
First of all, cool app. I actually do like that app. That's kind of cool. And educational. I wish they would have known that about that when my kids cared about things. Yeah. Hammerheads. They let you swim around with hammerheads.
Oh, all right. Go swimming then. Go swimming with a
I'm not
hammerhead.
afraid of sharks. I have a lot. Believe me, I got a lot of things that I'm afraid of for no reason. For some reason, tunnels, but I don't know why that would be.
Go swim with a hammerhead, and while you're swimming up next one, tell him I said he looks stupid.
I wouldn't say that. They're as smart as humans. They're like dolphins. They're as smart as humans.
And capybaras.
Gigantic.
The elusive capybara. Only 2:30 is when you're allowed to see the
2:15. Even I know when they do the capybara experience.
That place is just anarchy on a swamp.
Gatorland. We're going show trip Show trip to Gatorland.
I'll go back to Gatorland just to see you have to sit through it. No, it's all right. It's all right. I put pictures up at Fred Toucher on the Instagram.
Why?